Hello.
Hey, what's up, Duckeeh?
Hey, how are you?
Good, good. How are you, man?
I'm pretty good. Can you remind me your rank and agents?
Yes, when we first talked, I was Plat 1. I just got into Plat 1. I play mostly Reyna and Jet, but I also like to fill um, if I know that my team has duelists already. Like I can play KO, KJ, and Breach pretty well. And I do want to learn Fade as well.
Okay. I probably told you to stick to Reyna Jet. I'm guessing,
Yeah, you did.
and I'm guessing. I think you told me you're Plat 2 now, and you're almost Plat 3 soon. Or
Yes.
okay, yeah.
I'm like I think 60 something RR in Plat 2 right now.
Okay, cool. So, do you have any questions for me before we start the VOD?
Yeah, so I sent a list of questions to you not like last week, but
Oh
I
yeah,
think
yeah. Let me look.
that yeah, those we can talk about I think after. But the one thing I do want to talk about before we start is I tend to autopilot quite a bit. I think so I understand as a duelist, my role is to, get into the site, make space for my team, and to have my team trade me if I die on the way in, right? But
Yes.
after I make my way into the bomb site, we plant the bomb and we're in post plant and people are posting up in positions. I'm kind of like on autopilot. I don't know where I should be looking. Obviously, I'm looking where the people are going to be coming out of, but like micro decisions is something that I struggle with quite a bit. I think I'm okay with macro, knowing when to rotate and stuff like that. But the micro decisions, like in the moment, I always tend to get lost, and then my crosshair is like somewhere where it shouldn't be, and then I get peeked and I die.
Okay. So would you say that you autopilot only after you take the site, or
Yes,
like
yes.
no other scenarios?
I think
That's the main thing.
Yeah, yeah. After I had talked to you initially when I DM'd you, I tried to focus on not autopiloting. So I don't know if I do it in this VOD, but I started talking to myself a lot. I tell myself, okay, this is my plan. I'm gonna do this, this, and this.
That'll be good
And
for
then
the VOD
sometimes,
for sure. Or
okay,
for
and then
me watching.
sometimes
Yeah.
like if I do that, if I do it and it works out, then I'm like, okay, now what, right?
Yeah. Okay. So this is something we could talk about. Generally, if your macro is good, this like autopiloting. Like if you have better macro for post plant, it can help with your autopiloting. Like just understanding what you need to do, and also understanding different spots on different maps and like where you could be playing, how you could be.
Mhm,
Because whenever you plant the spike, the only thing you really need to worry about is defending the spike. But this changes. Like where specifically you should be playing changes depending on like how many people you have alive and how many people their team has alive. So if you have a lot and you're playing a duelist, you can kind of chill. You can also be a little aggressive if you want.
yeah.
And but we can talk about that more. So I put all of your things in the chat. Should we talk about any of those now, or you want to actually wait for them later?
Let's see. Uh,
I think we talked about playing multiple roles, heal, dismiss. Some of these are kind of simple. Some of them have to go more in depth.
Okay. Yeah, so the very last one, taking space. Like let's say for example, if I'm playing Reyna and we have another character like Sky or Omen that can flash to entry into sight and I talk to my team and they say, "Yeah, you can lurk," right? Then while I'm lurking, if I get a kill and they're already like pushing into A site, say I'm lurking on B on Ascent, and I get a kill, right? At
Hmm.
that point, should I push through their spawn and try to go for more and flank? Or because they already know I'm on the flank, right? Should I just drop that area of the map and rotate completely over to the other side?
It depends
Right.
where your team is. So like if your whole team is behind you, um, then you can kind of do whatever you want. But generally, after you get a kill on attack, you kind of want to ask your team like, what do we want to do? Because you have to understand, once you get a kill on attack, the enemy team knows where you are, right? So
Right.
continuing in the same area is not always the best play, and generally it's not, especially if your team's spread out across the map. Generally, after you get a kill, you want to be kind of regrouping and uh, hitting a site together. But just because you get a kill doesn't mean you have to leave, especially as Reyna. You get a heal off. your team is behind you, you can just run into site, run into like wherever, like you said, their spawn flank. But yeah, so we can talk about that more. Let me see, thing space forget. Yeah, so it is kind of specific to the scenario that you're in, but generally just try to get the kill, and that's all you need to worry about. You don't need to be doing crazy things
Okay.
after the kill. Just kind of make sure you're on the same page as your team.
Okay.
But yeah, so anything else there you want to talk about?
Yeah, so the one last thing, the Reyna and Jet Ultimate. I
Yeah,
feel like I watched another VOD review that you did, and you said that Reyna ult isn't like a really
useful
scarce
one.
resource.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should kind of just pop it the moment you have it. And I think that's something I need to start working on, like thinking to myself, okay, if I get 2 kills this round, then I can pop ult immediately. Because I never do that. I always go into a round having ult, and then I say, okay, I'm gonna pop my ult if I hear footsteps coming in. But then I have the issue of like, okay, if my team gets, if I'm playing B defense and my team is playing A defense, and the enemy team pushes A, let's say my team holds and they get like 2 kills, right? At that point, if I'm flanking, should I even consider popping my ult? Is it a waste? I feel like I'm using too much to secure the round when I could be using it
So like the
elsewhere,
only
right?
time, it's pretty simple. Like the only time that I don't pop my Reyna ult, specifically Reyna ult. So Reyna and Jet are a little different because Jet knives are actually a little more valuable, but still, it's not really worth holding it for like 3 rounds without using them. Reyna ult,
Okay.
I would like consider just popping it. If I die as soon as I pop ult, like I don't care. Like it doesn't matter to me. The biggest thing for Reyna ult that's like beneficial to you is the heal and then being able to go fully invisible. And so not having those things doesn't matter too much. But what I would say is before you go in, like not even after you get first 2 kills, just like pop it before you even take the first fight. Like if your team
Okay.
is wanting to push an area, you get a kill in your ult, you literally can dismiss to wherever you want in the enemy team. Especially even in plat, people are going to be confused and flustered by where you're ulting because you're invisible, right? So,
Right.
but yeah, the only time I wouldn't really pop it is if it's like if it's like 4v1, you don't really need to pop it in that scenario, or like 3v1. If it's a 1v1, you don't really need to pop it either. So if there's only like one enemy alive, if it's 1v2, absolutely pop it. Like that one kill, being able to have the invisibility and the free heal is really strong.
Right.
Because whenever you normally heal, you're tethered, and they can see exactly where you're healing from. You
Right.
dismiss an
Right.
ult, or if you get a kill in ult, you just start healing. So, yeah.
Okay.
And jet ult,
Then
you wanna be popping that. Uh, you want to be like buying your team or, um, just like saving and using knives pretty much as soon as you get them, because it's kind
I
of just
tend
like its
to
own
just
weapon.
I tend to just buy the shorty whenever I have knives and I pop my knives on Jet. The only time I have trouble is when like if I'm holding an op and I don't sometimes it's like I don't want to risk the op because if I use my knives, I have to go in I'll be in their face a little bit more than I would be with the op, right? So
Yeah.
I guess I'm scared to lose the 4.7k credits.
You're saying so whenever you have an op, you're scared to use knives?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so whenever you have an op, I would really just use a shorty, honestly.
Okay.
You don't have to use knives with an op generally. You can, but generally just I'm just talking about like kind of more in general with knives. Consider popping them instead of holding them. We'll see how you do at this game because it's just a jet VOD, but we'll talk
Okay.
about it more specifically. We can get started though.
Sweet.
So this is a 40-minute VOD. We should be able to get through it hopefully. Um, Let me know if you can see.
Yeah. Let's see.
Okay. So do you install lock generally?
Yes.
Okay, good.
After I had a conversation with you, I just started insta locking.
Good. So yeah, that's what I want you to keep doing. Even if you see 3 duels on your team, don't bother thinking about it too much.
Oh, really? Even if I already have 2 duelists?
Yes, because in Immortal, people are completely okay with that. Although it might not be the ideal team comp. If your duelists are all fragging, which they won't always be.
Right.
It's okay. Main thing that matters is your intent to win. I like this. Is this post nerf, by the way?
No, this is before the active
Okay.
reset.
One tiles, two main, two tiles. Going back to tiles.
They're coming up cat or something.
One enemy remaining.
Okay.
Last one tiles, I think. Bombs
Spikes here.
So here we don't need to fight this, right? We have vision of the spike. We do have dash, so we can't go for this. But I'm looking at my teammates and they're kind of far away, so I'm kind of wanting to chill here.
Okay, because I can't get traded.
No, if you die, then
Last one's
you
big.
know it's just
105.
free kill for him. And your team's all
Right.
giving him 1v1s
Just
here.
towards hard right, hard right.
So hopefully it's a free kill. Yeah, it's a free kill.
Too low, suffer.
Okay, so one thing here, it's not too big of a deal. Also, how do you feel about the sheriff?
I started using it a lot more because I've been doing aim training a ton more.
Yeah.
But I think I only buy the sheriff on Jet and Reyna on like not Ascent, on Breeze if I'm defending
Okay.
or attacking.
I would suggest experimenting with it a little more, because what you'll find is if your aim is good, it's a very strong weapon. Because like the one smoke, like think about it, what did it really do here? It didn't really do that much. It's really nice to have the smoke, but what I'm saying is the sheriff is very strong, and it can be worth it, especially even on Reyna, because you have that one heal. If you get one kill, you're full heal, and then you're kind of a monster. If your aim's good.
Right.
If your aim's not good, you can have the ghost and a little more aim or a little more ammo. So the one thing I was gonna say here is we can go for a kill a little bit longer here, because this is that's why I asked if this is post nerf, because I would like to see you activate the dash, but now I know it's you just have the dash.
It's B.
So here, like you could fight this guy, especially after hearing his classic. Like I like how you're still kind of holding somewhat aggressive. Like I like how you didn't fall all the way back to site, but
At least two.
I feel like we're a little bit scared here, which is it's fair, but we do have the dash, right? So like,
Yeah.
but yeah, that's pretty much the only thing. It's a minor thing as well. So
I
now,
think in my sorry, can
No,
I
you're good.
in my head, usually at this rank, sometimes they try to fake and stuff like that, but for the most part, it's usually like one lurker or maybe two lurkers, one on the other side and one mid, and then three hitting the bomb site. And so when I saw the first person making noise, I was just like, I got the info I needed. I should wait for my team because there's no one else on B with me.
yeah, no, that's good. I don't know what all you said there. I can't remember, but try to call like how many footsteps you hear, like from how many people.
Yep.
Because that'll communicate to your team the urgency that they need to have in rotating.
Right.
Yeah, mainly just because you have the dash there. So here we're buying Spectre. I'm noticing that we're going B again, which honestly, there's a pretty good chance that they go A here. Not like definitive, but I feel like they might go A just because they lost B. So something you want to consider. You don't have to go A this round, of course, but it's definitely something to consider as a duelist.
I think
Pushing
I
through
said
here
I'm
is
gonna
fine.
push.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they're more than likely.
Careful mid and A.
If you're gonna push here, you probably have a feeling that they're going A, right?
Yeah.
Maybe. So why not just start A? Is kind of what I'm saying, because they're gonna push into you if you're starting A.
Down A.
It seemed like you're somewhat confident that they're gonna go A because you said I'm gonna push
One's
through.
fine, one's fine.
Yeah, I kind of I
One
wanted
enemy
to just
remaining.
clear that side of the map and let my team do their thing.
Yeah.
So that I was the only one on B.
Yeah, we don't really need to. I mean, flanking here is fine, but again, we don't really need to.
Okay.
Unless, because like really, what I'm trying to do whenever I'm defending is predicting where the enemies are coming, and I want to defend from where they're going to push into. Like if you want to purposely flank this later in the game because they're playing really slow, then this is a good flank. But here we're kind of just like, unless our team's all dead, then
One enemy
this is fine. Don't get me wrong. It could be better. I think playing A could be better.
Okay.
Although if we were alone B, that's also fine.
Alright, let's buy for next if you died.
So now, yeah, we wanna be saving, of course. Here, I would honestly consider buying a shorty because now there's a chance they might come back to B.
Oh,
Cypher,
okay.
buy for next,
So do
so
you
can buy next.
only play B this game?
Yo, my brother.
I
in
don't
Christ
remember,
is
to be
dropping out
honest.
of
Okay.
Uber.
I'm smoking B main after you peek.
I can buy you a deagle.
So here we know we're at a gun disadvantage. You have to understand this because you know you're saying buy for next, and that
Right.
basically means that the enemy is going to buy. So you wanna
Mhm.
you wanna try to avoid taking long range fights here. Like taking
Slide that
fights
deagle,
here,
bro.
I would definitely walk into this because I still have dash, right?
Grabbing 2B
Yep.
main.
That's okay. I think it could have been. I think it could have peaked a little earlier. Like just walk out and just go for it.
I see.
Cause still have the dash. If you kill this guy, you free out for sure.
2B main.
You saw him. You could have shot him right there too. You could have just killed him right here if you shot that. You waited till you saw him. But
Right.
1B main grabbing 2B main.
and I think it's okay to go for like right there. You know he's right here because you saw his gun turned that way. But yeah, this is just a
Main
gun
104.
diff
Yeah.
pretty much.
There's 3 in B main.
Yeah,
So
I think
this
I had
is-
the jump on him, but
Yeah, and you could have also like. Yeah, you could have peeked a little sooner basically. Especially with Reyna over Jet, because you have the dismiss. Okay, I'm gonna skip ahead. So now we have gun equal ground with the guns here. So we're going B again. This is something that you say you autopilot after you get control of sight on attack, but this also to me says autopilot.
okay.
Just because we're going B 4 runs in a row now.
I'm not playing
But
bro.
we will see. Because right now you're also just kind of jumping around. I don't know if you're thinking about what your plan is. You're probably gonna do the same thing
Not
here.
playing mid, bro.
But
I
basically,
think so.
I'm thinking, okay, what else could I do? Should I play close mid? Should I, you know, should we go A? Like this is fine.
3B mid. 3B main. Pushing hard.
Okay.
Multiple enemies. Launching smoke.
That bomb backside.
One enemy remaining.
One more
In the
left.
cubby. In the cubby.
Okay, pretty good. So now, especially after this round, I would like to see you go A.
Okay.
If you feel like you're the only one playing B, then say like, yo, can someone hold B for me? Someone take my spot. Because you kind of have that right as a duelist player to ask for that. So like, don't feel bad if
Mhm.
that's something you feel. But let's go back to the start of the round here, real quick. I think we should have tried to kill the dog at least here.
Somebody play mid, please.
We shoot the dog. I think you're a little scared of getting peeked with the dog.
Yeah,
but-
it was.
Also, because if you shoot the dog, it allows you to play close. I like how you come back to sight, but generally I like to stay as close as possible to where the enemies are going to be pushing from, so I can be fighting.
Okay.
So like if we kill the dog, we can play in this corner right here if we don't get scanned. But that dart's kind of good, so
3B mid. 3B
Yeah.
main.
otherwise we played it pretty good.
Pushing hard.
Yeah.
Good round.
So now, again, the main thing so far is autopiloting toward B. It might seem like it doesn't really matter that much, but
I need this.
it seems like we're probably only going to be playing B most of this half, just from what we've seen so far.
Yeah.
So do you have any questions about like why this is good, or like what else should you be doing? Because this is rather important
So
as a duelist.
okay. I think if I were to play A, I would play hugging that wall on the left as soon as the barrier drops,
Yeah.
so that I can get a kill and dash out.
Yeah.
Other than that, I really don't know where I should be playing on A. I like to play.
You just play
sometimes
B a
on
lot of the
heaven.
time.
Yeah,
map?
I like to play B.
Okay. So no, what you said on A is good, especially as Reyna or Jett, doesn't matter because you have the get out of jail free card as both. But again, so let's keep you want to keep your mind open to where all you can play. So yes, you
Okay.
can play there. That's a good pushing A main. You can also play just like right outside of A main, kind of like where you held on first round over here at B.
Yeah.
Except on A. You can also play close cat, anywhere close cat or tree. You can also just fight mid. There's a couple angles in mid you can fight. So if you don't think about any of those things, any one of those specific things ever, then you're limiting yourself basically. because
Right, I'm not using the map.
yes, and because the enemy doesn't go to B every round, right? And
Mhm.
unless you're a sentinel, you don't need to be playing B every round. That's what you gotta understand. If you're a sentinel, this
Okay.
is good. Your playstyle is good, but as a sentinel, you probably want to be playing a little more passive. So
Okay.
we can go ahead and continue
You
here.
watch B. I'm gonna try to push up mid this
Okay,
round.
good. Finally, we're swapping it up a little bit. We have a Phantom though, so here I'd be thinking should probably have a Vandal for peeking mid
Right.
because of that reason.
Top cat.
Exactly.
Jet stinked.
That's a free
Yeah,
kill.
I get one if I have a different gun.
Bro,
You
get
can
ready
smoke
for the
this and
I think it's an A split.
Get that.
Prepare for hellfire.
so here, like,
Bro, get ready.
I like that we got out, but I think we should have tried to get out a little sooner. Because honestly, Pizza here, this is one of the worst spots you can hold mid from, unless you're like Chamber or someone that can TP.
Get away.
Like,
Okay.
you don't have dash anymore, so I would try to get out of this spot. Especially if you think it's an A split, just try to. You don't have to rotate to A immediately, but try to get like back here and maybe spot mid for a team, something like that, or come over here, mark it. But if you think it's A, try to path toward A a little bit. We're wasting seconds here,
I think it's an A
Okay.
split.
especially because you say you think it's an A split. So
Prepare for hellfire.
like, yeah, we're wasting time here. We might want to come. You might want to come up cat. I hope you don't flank though, because that will take a lot of time. If you wanted to flank, I would have done that sooner.
I think here I was thinking because they haven't committed, I feel like they
Watch my
might
cap.
go mid
Yeah,
to
yeah.
tiles to
I don't
B.
see anybody.
So I was just holding.
Like, you say that again?
As soon as I saw that on the minimap, my teammates were kind
pushed out yet?
of holding.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't pushed out. I kind of just said like, okay, I'll just chill here and hold map control
Yeah.
because there might be a chance that they come through mid and go B.
Yeah. Okay. I like this, honestly. I like this position.
Yeah, yeah. I don't see anybody.
Just because they haven't came out yet, but we'll see what they do.
Okay, now they're in.
I've got your trail.
I'm gonna push cat.
I'm glad to see the updraft that. I like that.
Last player standing. Spike planted.
I think you just swing the guy here. Like right there. After this jiggle, then you swing on him and just try to kill him.
Okay.
He's crouched in a corner. Like, yeah.
Right.
Last player standing.
I like the idea of a smoke, but I don't think it's good for this specific scenario. I don't know. Something still tells me about this whole round. Like I like the idea to hold mid, but so far this team doesn't strike me as a team that rotates very much, and that's something you want to pick up on early in the half.
Okay.
So what I'm telling you is try to reposition toward A, or maybe like, I don't know, like where you were was good, but again they haven't rotated yet, so that's something you want to consider
Yes.
when positioning.
The short version is if I'm playing duelist, I want to be where the action is happening.
Like
right?
where they're
All-
you want to be where they're pushing into.
Okay.
It's okay to flank sometimes, but you don't want to be flanking. You don't want to be avoiding the enemy the majority of the time. And again, this also ties
Right.
into playing B majority rounds. This is like round 5 we've played here, so I like this play, but make sure the knives are all the way out first.
Right.
And
I think B.
the play also can be
Careful
kind of
mid
bad.
and
I like the idea. I like this idea. Yeah,
There's like two.
you might consider
Usually,
walking sometimes.
One's catwalk. Pushing up cat. Is Reyna.
A little okay, so one thing here, a little patience here, because these people honestly are gonna have no clue that you're doing this. So like,
right.
you don't need to be so trigger happy. You can walk up all the way here and even try to get like an easy kill onto him.
Right.
And you could have also done this from the start of the round. Like, I like the updraft, but if you're up here sooner, right? You know,
Okay. One's catwalk. Pushing up cat. Is Reyna.
yeah, just a little trigger discipline there. I feel like we play just like a little. I was gonna say a little slow. Now what I'm
scared.
gonna do is run back. Because you've just given your position away here. I mean, like, you already did give your position away. They're hearing you stomp right now,
The brother.
and they can hear that from here. So
Right.
if he doesn't know, I wouldn't be surprised.
Maybe
But
just chill.
yeah,
Oh, they were watching.
yeah, I would have ran back.
Two in their spawn.
Now they're rotating.
Nowhere to run.
I think the stream or my the screen share is a little lagging.
Is it? Okay. Can you restart it? Hopefully that doesn't happen. Can maybe turn down the frames. Does it look better at all?
Yeah, I think no.
Okay, tell me if it is again. I'll restart it again.
Sure.
My camera is destroyed.
Yeah, 3 on site.
Okay.
Spike planted.
So
Last player
yeah, so
standing.
far it's kind of like your positioning, like where you are on the map. Not only where you start, but also where you're going during the round. It's kind of like the big thing so far. But this will probably change going on into the attacking half as well. So I'm gonna.
B main immediate.
So again, just like ask yourself: should I go A? Should I go mid? Should I swap it up? Like I spontaneously swap around the map all the time on defense, and I'm not afraid to because I'm comfortable all over the map. So I like the shorty here. Is it laggy?
You want to smoke deep or?
I think it's okay.
Yeah, you can smoke it.
Okay.
Like
Here.
that's the edge of it.
So honestly, you don't even need a smoke here. Yeah, you're definitely limiting yourself by playing just here. And I know I've said that a bunch already, but
I think it's B.
I just want to emphasize it to you.
They dogging.
That is
Wow, one lurk.
that is very
One's tiles right now.
cringe, to say the least.
So, question about that orb. Should I always be grabbing it if I'm pushing B main and there's nobody there or I can't see anybody there?
Honestly, like unless you're gonna get your ults as Jet or as Reyna, especially as Reyna, it just doesn't matter. I wouldn't bother. Like again, I'm prioritizing in this scenario. I'm prioritizing instead of grabbing this. Like I don't know how many seconds it takes. Probably like 5, 6, 7 seconds you're wasting here. That you could be spinning, rotating toward A. Because if they're coming out A, you want to be there, right? Even if you have a shorty, you can smoke, walk into them, get a kill or two.
Right.
And yeah, I wouldn't expect someone to be behind there ever. So unless they've done it once already, but I would, because again, what I'm telling you is basically prioritize rotation instead of grabbing the orb, unless you're gonna get knives. That's just weird that he's there though. Okay, we're opping.
So watch B instead.
So there are a lot of angles. You do ask him to watch you B instead, so good. You just want to do that more often. Usually you'll have a dedicated B player that's not you. Like you don't want to be a dedicated A or B player.
Like a KJ.
So don't allow yourself to take that
Can I get
role.
a tile smoke?
You do have 3 duelists though, so this game is a little odd, a little different.
Yeah, I think our Reyna was kind of trolling this game.
This is good.
Open up the sky.
So here I'm gonna
Probably
go.
Pop dash.
I'm gonna go over here. They smoke this, but what you can do is, even after the nerf, you can activate your little dash and then peek out here, and then you can dash back in, mark it. Because so basically, I don't. Do you op a lot on Jet?
I do, yeah.
So something you should realize here is, after you get a kill like this, bang. Okay, Jet's screaming. Jet's opping mid. Jet's opping mid. In like the ideal calm scenario. So what you want to do is instantly rotate. It's kind of like getting a kill on attack. You want to move the tempo around with your op, right? Because
Yeah, they're not gonna peek me.
yeah, because you have the most powerful weapon in the game right now, and they really don't want to come into you. So you want to be swapping around. Ideally, the ideal scenario to go here is here, because from tiles, the easiest spot to go is B main. Like for them to all call and agree to rotate through spawn, especially just seeing how they've played so far, they don't rotate much. So we want to expect them to go A. We want to come over here to market pretty much. So I'm guessing you will do that, but you're gonna do it a little bit too late, most likely, by the time they're already out. Like, see here, this is a perfect scenario. After this Reyna flash goes down, you come out, you kill the Reyna, and just dash back in market. I know it sounds like a psycho play, but like that's what dash is. That's what dash and dismiss are for. And I wouldn't really suggest opping as Reyna, but even just as a rifle, you can come out here and get a kill and dismiss back in. You just have to trust your aim, and you have to know where to position. That's the big thing here, is positioning. Because like, what do you think's, you just really expect someone to come here, like into your op? Is that why you're still holding it?
down.
It was mostly about holding the space that I had gained from getting the kill. Like,
Yeah.
I want to make sure that they can't push out of tiles and that I have that on lock. Because the team should also realize now that they will probably hit B if they're heavy tiles, right?
Yeah.
So I was hoping that the team could lock it down on B and I would just hold mid for the
Yeah.
in case they might go cat.
Okay. That's fair. If that's your logic, at the very least, after this first kill, come to market and hold mid.
Okay.
Because this is smoked, so you don't have to worry about getting shot, because your team's also here watching. But you can hold down, you can look at this spot, it's much better. Again, pizza's not a good spot to sit, pretty much. Like, even if you have dash, it's still, there's better spots you could be sitting, right?
Right.
So, yeah. So hold here, and then if you get a kill, you come back, mark it. You can hold mid from here, and you can also do what I said, like come to the smoke. If this isn't smoked, you can just op easily anywhere anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm here.
But the amount of time you spend here, just in mid,
B. I'm holding mid.
like, it's a lot of time.
Okay.
It's time you could have already got like 2 other kills for sure. Now you're in a good, you're almost in the good spot. You're trying to get on top of that?
Yeah.
That'd be crazy if you get up there. Yeah. Yeah, so like we have Spike as well. Like we can, I would come over here and just peek into B main and then swap between mid and B main. Like if there's
Okay.
spikes here, yeah, they can come up mid. Also, you can have your Cypher, you can ask Cypher, like look at the Cypher's trips. You could ask Cypher to trip 1 mid, so you don't have to worry about it as much.
Okay.
And next round, if you keep the op, hopefully you do.
One enemy
I
remaining.
see they're both B main. I'm hoping you're gonna be opping somewhere else. Yeah. Like, opping for market is really ideal. So hopefully you don't op mid again.
Try to kill him. Oh, no, watch.
Okay, you're gonna, so again, this is, after you get a kill somewhere with an op, you want to swap around, not only in the same round after you get the kill, but rounds after that, because, like, you can easily op into B main, into A main, you can op here, you can also op top cat. Those are the 4 main angles at the start of the round that you can op.
Right, right.
So you're picking the same spot twice, but there's 3 other spots basically you could be. They might peek this, but if they do,
Just got dig through the wall.
also ask your Brim not to smoke that maybe.
Oh, really? If I thought I asked him to smoke that on purpose because if I was watching tiles, I
Yeah.
didn't want anybody like pushing cat.
Yeah, that's fair
and-
actually. I was thinking like I would be watching this, so not smoke that.
Oh, okay.
But you could-
right.
Yeah, like you could invert it, like ask him to smoke tiles and then op this. But you just have to realize that you don't op the same area twice in a row on defense. Again, we just spend a lot of time. We're very stagnant for pretty much. So now that this drone,
Yo, they droned over the top.
Yeah, the drone saw you.
Where I was.
so I was gonna say definitely reposition after the drone. I didn't expect him to be opping me though. So
No way.
damn. Okay,
Switch it up. I can play A.
good.
Somebody wants to go B instead.
Okay, good. Yeah, so like this is something I would have done second round, right? We're doing it on round 10. So a little late,
The,
but at least you did it.
The screen share is laggy again.
Okay. I'm sorry about that. I know it's very annoying to look at.
It's all good.
I'll keep refreshing it. Let me turn down resolution just a tad, maybe. Okay again. Okay, just keep reminding me if it's laggy, because I want you to see it. So here, yeah, you're gonna cross to the left if you want to go for a kill, and you have dash to work with.
2 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 A.
A drone and dog it.
2 here, 3 here, 3 here, 3 A.
Okay, so I think it's okay to run away from that because he's jump spotting and they're double droning it. So this is okay. If they're just
Okay.
if they only have a dog or a drone, then you can actually wait to kind of. So what I'll do is I'll kind of sit right here, And then what will happen is you can swing out after the drone's already kind of up, because people are gonna be right behind the drone. So you can just shoot someone behind the drone and then dash out.
Oh.
Because
Okay.
that might seem like insane because you really want to avoid the drone and the dog, but you still have dash. Dash doesn't change. It's still a get out of jail free card. Just because the drone sees you doesn't mean you're gonna have any less of an advantage shooting the person behind them. And if there is no one,
Right.
you can just dash or you can wait and then dash. So yeah, but this is okay because there's basically three things spotting you. I like this. I like this. Yeah, I like that. It's good. We don't have to fall back though. We don't have to fall back too hard. We can still take fights. We know there's one here and we know Sova droned. So we can play up.
One enemy remaining.
I like to see some
Last one with
confidence. Okay, good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Wait, one up.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to see how you op again, but
Thank you.
I feel like we waste a lot of time when we op so far, so it's something you should consider. Because opping is very strong, but consider like how and where you're opping from.
You want to up tile?
Yeah, I can up tiles. Race, can you go B?
I like the op B. Like, I feel like they might come B here.
You might have more whole CC. Smoke your top mid right here.
Thank you.
Smoke's down.
Nothing tiles.
Whenever you're doing this, you can walk down right here, where my crosshair is, or my cursor. You can walk to right there. You get a little bit of a better angle, and then you can smoke and dash all the way back to safety.
Okay.
Just because it gives you again just a slightly like, you know what I mean by better angle. You can like see them sooner.
It's deeper, right?
Yeah, like just slightly, but
Yeah.
still, it's yeah. Out of
Tiles. One tapping.
you spend so much time here. Like this is okay. Nice. Now we want to go B. Now we want to stop opping this. Because again, the Jet's saying op mid, op mid.
Reyna, Sova, Sky.
Honestly, with where your Jet is, or with where your Reyna is, you can walk all the way up here and peek this. Because the odds of them having two ops on attack are very slim. You could just peek this, and you have dash still. Only because where your Reyna is. Because all this is most likely clear.
Right. Okay.
I mean,
But otherwise I would be coming back to basically where your raise is, or if our Reyna is like, over here, we don't have all this vision, because this is a very strong, powerful vision from Arena. You could like rotate A maybe, but here I would like to see you come out with the confidence, because again, they're not going to peek into you like this. That Brim right there, those guys you can kill easily.
Right.
They peek you, they're
Spike
They're
down
bad.
B.
peeking you. Because they should already know that you're opping this. And they very well might. They should drone you though or
one
something.
of you rotate to A, I'll hold tiles.
One B main.
He's gonna grab that op.
One down. Reloading.
Are they out, Race?
Yes. Yes.
We can walk out here easily. Oh.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Okay, that's not how I would have done it. But also, if you have a shorty, that's a free kill, and that's actually an okay play. Just buy shorty whenever you have an op. Trust me, it'll because basically what happens whenever you're opping, people are like push the op. But whenever
Right.
that happens, then you have what the op lacks in short range, the shorty makes up for.
You got it.
But here I would have not shot through the smoke, and I would have just walked out of the smoke, because you just heard someone close the door. You walk out, you shoot the person. Wait, did they plant at this
They
point?
out,
Let's
right?
see. That
don't
makes it
think
even
so.
better.
Yes.
You know, you did hear him shoot a molly though. So you know he's lane. So he's planting. You know when just hit the switch. You walk out, shoot the switch guy. Your raise maybe come with you. If you miss or if you hit it, you dash. Or if you just hit it, then you don't have to dash because you know the other one's planting. But
Okay.
here, the odds of you actually hitting this shot are very slim. Like
Right.
slim to none. And
I give my position away.
yeah, and you dash, which is kinda. This could like anyone else should have killed you here. Honestly,
Spike
he's reloading.
Yeah.
though, so
planted.
when I did this, I was freaking out because I did not expect for him to be there. And
Yeah.
you're right, I can hear him on the switch, but
Yeah, there's a lot of things that you could have done better here, but that's okay.
You like get stuck on something?
Let me write something down real quick. Is it laggy, by the way?
it is, but the audio is just a little
Last
bit
round
behind,
before
so
the
it's
switch.
fine in terms of like VOD
Quality?
review purposes. Yeah.
Okay.
Anime fights. Anime fights.
Time spent opping.
Shit, man. Air Jordan that shit. Good shit, bro. Yeah, let me get a drop though.
I just watched it on your stream, and it's really smooth on the stream. I think it's just the screen share.
Okay. Yeah, it's too bad because there's a delay for my stream.
Yeah, it's all good.
But it might be because I'm streaming. I don't know. I think it's a Discord thing. So again, we're opping mid every round. So understand at mid there's two angles. There's one you can come right here and you can hold top cat. And there's one down here you can hold to the right. It's a big cross. But also get comfortable opping B main and A main because you know that you can cross over here. You know that you can cross over
Right.
here, but we haven't really seen you do that much, like at all. I don't think you did.
Okay.
You might have done it like once. And you didn't do it with the rifle. So, like especially with the op, just cross here. You have the dash. That's what you want to use dash for. You haven't really used dash too much yet, I feel like. So,
Okay.
good. We're holding this angle though. This is good. Again, if you wanna hold this angle, walk down farther, and it's smoked.
Right.
So, I would be considering going market again because we hear a drone B,
Joining.
and your cipher's alone. So again, walk through the smoke here. I hope you walk through the smoke.
I've got your trail.
Well, that could have worked actually. I feel like you're too concerned with the mid, honestly. Still, there's actually a trip here now, which is really good. Were you gonna ping to just shoot like randomly through the smoke, or did you know that there's a trip there that you're gonna shoot off of?
I saw the trip, and I was like, if I can make this work, it'd be awesome. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So again, just come. Your goal is to come through the smoke before they hit the switch, and then dash out.
Gotcha.
And in this case, you get a kill, you dash out, you pop knives because it's last round. Because one kill gets you
Right.
the knives. And you probably still don't have a short. You have a frenzy. That's fine, but shorty better with op for sure. You see, it's just
Okay.
like wasted time here. Like I don't know.
I'm just chilling.
Yeah, you're just chilling. There's like so much you could be doing. At this point, you're kind of just like, are they coming mid? There's a trip, so as soon as you realize there's a trip mid, you gotta just stop thinking about mid. Like, yeah. But definitely either come through the smoke, use your dash, or start breaking the door here instantly.
Okay.
Start breaking the door with your frenzy and with your knife.
I think I definitely play weaker on defense.
Silver
I believe that.
Spike planted.
Yeah, so you just waste a lot of time here. And this kind of ties into positioning. It's like maybe you don't know what to do. And you also said earlier you don't know what to do after you take site control on attack. So this might kind of tie into that a little bit as well. But
Okay.
you have other options here. Like you could come CT. But you have dash. If you have dash as a jet, then go for a hyper aggressive play. You gotta have confidence in your aim. And you also kind of bait your jet a little, or your Reyna here. It's like you don't really plan on going in until your Reyna starts, you know, moving in. You don't really bait her, but you kind of do line up with her actually.
Reloading.
Yeah, because if you come through the smoke, I promise they're not gonna expect it. Whereas now they're gonna be expecting it, right? A lot more.
Right. Right.
So-
So hold it.
Although it's scary to come through the smoke, it's actually probably more effective.
Silver B main.
I see.
Regardless, you have
um,
the dash.
Spike planted. Last.
Yeah.
I came from CS, so like in CS we smokes. If you push through smokes, you're crazy.
Yeah.
So I think I have the mentality that they're invisible walls. You know.
Yeah. Okay. And also in CS you don't have a dash, so
Right. Right. Right.
but you know you do have the dash, and that's something to think about for sure. So we're on attack. You wanna tell me like what usually goes through your head first round on attack? Maybe on this map.
Yeah. If I see that they have like a killjoy or a cipher, then I'll usually avoid B because I feel like they tend to set up on B most of the time.
Yeah.
If we have a lot of uh like for example this one we have three duelists, so I come to my team that hey, on defense we're a little bit weaker because we don't have those sentinels to lock down the site, but on attack we should be at an advantage because we can burst onto site with three people.
Yeah.
And so I just said hold W with me here, I think.
Okay. Okay, good. So that's good. It seems like you definitely will be better on attack because you're kind of like corralling your team to go with you. You're making a little plan. Do you ever default? Do you know what that means? I'm guessing you do, but do you ever do that on attack?
Yeah, so that's actually a question I had. When I come to my team, hey, let's play default, does that mean we hold extremely passive angles and wait for them to push into us to get a pick, and then we decide where we want to go? Because when I come to default, a lot of times my teams will autopilot and slowly push, like walk into angles and just get picked off one by one, and then we'd lose a round.
Yeah. So defaulting, that's one form of defaulting. Playing default doesn't necessarily entail that you have to play super passive. Like for example, whenever you're defaulting, you can walk up into B main and you can get up to like right. You can take control of all of B main. You can take control of all of A main. Basically, where the barriers are, you can walk up to those areas, and that's still considered defaulting. I would say. I think that's actually a good way of visually describing it, because like when I feel like a lot of lower ranked players, probably plat as well, consider their defaulting as like you need to sit all the way back here for pushes, because what happened, like a lot of time enemies aren't going to be pushing like that, right? So
Yeah.
you're just going to be wasting time. But enemies do peek into B main, A main, peek from mid. So if you look all the way up to cat here, I promise you'll get kills here a lot of the time. So that's defaulting, and the most important part about defaulting is spreading out, for sure. But the passive part, not necessarily. I mean, you don't want everyone to be pushing into their spawn one area at a time. But that's kind of what defaulting is. Basically, just spread out, go for kills. If you get a kill, reconsider where you guys want to go as a team, basically.
Okay.
So yeah, let's see.
I'll
See how this goes here.
I'm gonna smoke the door when you guys get in.
okay.
So here I like the ghost spiders because we have smoke to get in with. Nice. So now we're dashing.
One heaven.
Yeah, straight away I just wanna like tie this to the other things I've said. It seems like straight away you have confidence, you know what to do, you're dashing in. But on defense, it's like you kind of don't know what to do. You gotta experiment on defense. You're kind of like trapped in your way of doing things, and you gotta think outside the box and ask yourself what else could you do on defense.
I got lost.
So hopefully on attack we do play better. I'm expecting you to. I was just unlucky because yeah.
So, can you go back a little to where I dashed and then look at right after I dashed? I'm kind of like all over the place, you know?
Yeah, I didn't notice that as well.
And then I just died. So like that's the part where I really struggle. Like, I guess it's more of I just need to be familiar with where enemies are potentially playing.
It's kind of that, but also you bring it up. Where you smoke kind of determines this as well. So whenever you dash, it's good that you kind of look around, because if you look around, you'll see someone on the minimap.
Yeah.
And they'll pop up for your teammates. But consider where you smoke, because after you get this kill, like site's most likely clear, but you can smoke over closer to the left. The problem with what you do is you probably don't consider where you're smoking, you just like toss it, and then you just run straight through out the smoke. Like I don't think you even know what you're looking at either.
Yeah.
Like it's kind of just pure chaos. Here, you can have some patience. You can actually sit in your smoke for a couple seconds before it fades and then decide where you want to go. What I would do is smoke farther to the left, sit in the smoke for a second, then go to generator and help clear gen. Because here, if you come out, you're exposed to a lot of angles that we haven't actually cleared yet. Like, yes, you want to dash. The reason you want to dash is because it starts the process of you taking site, you know? It doesn't mean that you have full site control. It doesn't mean that back site is clear. It doesn't mean that back gen is clear. It doesn't mean that hell's clear. And it doesn't mean that someone can't walk out hell or heaven like we saw. So, so yeah, like here, like someone could be here, someone could be behind these boxes. They could be peeking from heaven, which is what happens. The dart gets you, I think. So, yeah, he just runs out anyway. So just walk over to the left, take a little bit better cover, try to minimize the amount of angles that you're clearing when you get onto site.
Got you.
One heaven. Back out.
Down A.
This is winnable. Okay.
Yo, Reyna,
We need to
could
work
you?
together, man.
You're the only person on our team that has flashes, so
So one of my favorite things to do here, I know you're coordinating something right now, but I love to buy a shorty and just literally run halfway up cat and then start walking and then get up to here. You can wait like right here for a second, see if they're gonna peek cat. If you get a kill, I did this earlier today as well. You get a kill, you get their gun.
make sure. You
Otherwise you can buy some util here.
stay with the team.
Okay.
We
I
need
guess
to-
I really just need to get outside of my
I
comfort
think
zone because
if,
to me,
someone
like thinking
coordinating
about that,
should be me or
crazy.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
because this is a an eco round, so we're willing to just do. Also, I'd like to see you buy. Let's see what you buy here.
We should be saving this round.
I think I just full save.
Okay, this is a mistake. So I'll explain why. So you see mid next round. You wanna save. Don't get me wrong, but there's a difference between full saving and like light buying. So you need 3,900 to full buy. So if you see mid next round 3,900, that's what you wanna buy down to. So what I would buy here, like you could buy full util, right? You could buy not full util. You could buy 2 smokes and then 1 updraft, I think,
Right.
or 2. Yeah, you could buy 2. But
So question, should I be making sure that my min next round is 3,900 so that I can buy armor and a gun and have no abilities even if I
okay,
if
so
I
this is
end up
exactly what
using
I was
them?
hoping you'd ask, because everyone asked this, but once you understand this, you'll be doing this every time. So you want enough to buy full armor and a gun, right? So
Uh-huh.
just because you buy all of your abilities this round doesn't mean that you can't save them until next round.
Right.
So consider the reason you want to buy them this round is because you want to have them if you're in this scenario to actually win the round. So say it is say it's a 2v1 and you have smokes. The smoke might be the difference between winning and losing the round. If you don't even have the smoke to your at your fingertips, you can't use it to win the round. But if you win the round, you're gonna have extra money to buy more abilities anyway. So if you're just getting stomped, it's like a 1v5. Don't bother using your abilities, right? But if you're full
Right.
saving, then you don't have anything, right? So that's what I want you to understand here, for sure.
Okay.
And that's something that people definitely don't always understand. Look at that up there mid
We
next
should be
round.
saving this round. Oh,
Launching smoke.
Yeah, that guy forcing is you can't don't let it get to you. It doesn't matter. That's just what he's gonna do. But let's FF. That's a mute.
doggy.
Guys out.
I'm dashing.
Right there, if you have a shorty, you can dash like straight on top of him because he has a marshal.
Yeah.
Dashing.
Also, if you have 1 smoke, again, if you buy 2 smokes and no updrafts, you could probably buy another smoke next round. You definitely could have because you had 700 credits to use. Each smoke is 200. You have 1 smoke to play around with, or a shorty. Whereas here, it's actually kind of unlucky that he got you.
One heaven,
Yeah, I
one
didn't
heaven.
expect to die there.
It's okay though. Also, if you buy armor, that's another thing you can buy. You live there. I try to stay away from armor. I generally prioritize my abilities and maybe like a shorty.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll buy a sheriff too. Like sometimes you could just accept that you want to buy light armor the next round. Mainly as Reyna because you could just get full heal. But yeah.
Last player.
Now we can win.
What do you type to him? Okay. I wouldn't try working with him if he's saying FF. You could try to talk to him, but don't put too much energy into him. It's gonna frustrate you more
Yeah.
than it's worth. So whenever we lose sight, I try to fight mid on this map a lot.
Okay.
I would like peek because especially after this round, you think they don't have very good weapons. The main thing you need to worry about in mid is a marshal. Whereas here, there's 4 seconds left, and we're still
Cat right now?
getting the spike and kind of chilling in spawn, so we're wasting seconds here. I know you want to get the spike, but
Dog be main.
we're probably
Flash out
a
of it,
little
careful.
concerned about Arena, a little maybe. I
Yeah,
wouldn't be.
he was kind of throwing.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. You don't seem like the type of person that has too bad of a mentality problem, but
Pushing A main.
like focus on what you can do here, for sure.
Right.
wanna try to walk up
I
and
used to
hit
get to me a lot, but then I realized like, look, it's. I used to play a lot of League, and that game used to make me rage too.
That game's
But,
worse for sure.
Yeah. It's kind of like I
Brim
really
and
can't
Sky are on
control
B.
what my team does, right? So I just gotta make
Yeah,
the best
exactly.
of the situation,
This is Brim.
mute whoever I need to mute, and move on.
And honestly, like the spike's important, but like you holding it kind of limits you as well. So like as soon as the round starts, grab it, bring it up here so you guys have access to it and it's not directly in enemy vision. And then go
Just
for
dump it.
take fights, because the way you're gonna win these rounds is by taking important fights, right? So,
Okay.
so again, mid, like the amount of time that you spent in spawn here just looking right here, he spent 30 seconds.
Push B main.
So
Right.
like I would have had the spike all the way up here, just thrown it. I would have peeked mid. I would have considered even walking all the way up mid on my own just for a kill, and then like I don't know. Our team seems kind of also pretty affected by the Reyna. Something you could say is like, yo, let's play together. Like you could try to corral your team, continue to try to do that, even though it feels like it's an uphill battle now.
Yeah.
Should I restart the stream by the way for anti-lag, or is it?
I think it's okay.
Okay. Yeah, like you know, like as a duelist, you can carry the spike. It's just sometimes
Brim and Sky are on B.
it doesn't even matter if you're holding it. You're just gonna be limiting yourself
Just one
more
on B.
than
This is Brim.
Okay.
you want.
One's B main.
Last player.
Yeah, I noticed one more thing here over the course of this VOD is you kind of just play slow.
Okay.
On defense, but also on attack here
Standing.
on this round. I feel like you maybe are scared to lose your gun.
Mhm.
Because first two rounds you kind of were okay with just dashing in, but now here, and it might also be because you have the spike, but it seems like you're kind of shift walking around even in your spawn, and you don't really look to take any fights. So
Okay.
yeah. Do you have any questions about that, or does that resonate with you? Like, you scared to lose your
Yeah,
gun?
it
maybe?
definitely does. I tend to psych myself out and try to get my kills by holding angles, and I know that on a duelist it sounds kind of weird. So I considered switching to like being a sentinel main because I feel like my playstyle fits that much
Yeah.
more.
Mhm.
But I want to rank up, right? And the only way I can solo carry myself hard enough is by playing
Getting
a duelist
kills.
where I get those. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of transitioning, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Okay, well, this is good for you to hear then, because, yeah, I think it's definitely something you can work on. It also ties into like rotating around on defense, because if you're playing slow, then you're less likely to rotate as quick. There's such thing as rotating too much, or rotating too quick. But right
Right.
now, you fall more on the side of not rotating like at all, or not considering rotating, right?
Okay.
And also, so on attack, the problem here is that you realize how your team's playing. They're kind of it's just a free for all. Like, look where your teammates died at. They're not nowhere near each other. So
Yeah.
after you realize that, you got to realize, okay, it's on me to get the kills. And after, like, you know, if you have good comms, you can tie that into that as well. Like, you'll get a kill mid, and then you know, pick A or B. It's kind of whatever you want to do, but mainly just looking for kills throughout the round. Because by the time it's 1v3 now, you're looking for kills. You can get them. Like, your aim seems good there. That smoke actually kind of screwed you.
Market.
Yeah.
So here, full armor, shorty or sheriff, and then pop knives.
Buy for next.
Are
Okay.
you? Why are you? Okay, good.
I'm gonna.
I was gonna say, why are you buying light armor?
Should
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
lurk
stay
with
with
knives
everybody.
or?
Let's go in A. Let's go in A. We need
Alright.
knives over here.
Wait, what did you ask?
I think I asked my team if they plan on like death balling because I asked should I pop my knives. I
You
think.
should always pop your knives here, no matter what.
Okay.
Go in A. Let's go in A. We need
Alright.
knives over here.
Reyna, please.
Forget about your Reyna. Don't even think about her. Like, literally get her out of your mind and get more important things into your mind that
Okay.
are gonna let you win the game. Because these teammates they're gonna happen. I promise. They don't go anywhere. And
Yeah.
the enemy team will also have teammates like that occasionally. Hopefully it's not too frequent, but when it does happen, Just focus on what you can do, what you can control, and just accept it. You can still win this game. Especially since you say you're better on attack than defense.
Smoke down. Stim beacon down.
I like to updraft here, like updraft out, updraft across, A main, look for a kill somewhere.
Okay, so I throw off their crosshair.
One tree. Outdoor, outdoor.
Okay.
Stim beacon down.
So here, honestly, you could just updraft here. I feel like when you do this, this is good. You kind of did it at the same time as you saw her, so it's fine. But whenever you dash like this, it is kind of hard to hit your knives, honestly.
Yeah, it's
Even
a gamble.
even when you updraft, it's hard. But yeah. Also here, when the sky runs out, I think you should right click.
Okay.
Because close range right click is amazing. Like this would be an easy kill right here if you right click. Probably be, it is kind of RNG, but this would probably be a free kill at this range.
Outdoor, outdoor.
Yeah.
Last player standing.
2 heaven.
Spike down A. Next.
This is winnable. Okay.
I'm blurred.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. You have tissue paper mentality. I mean, you're not wrong. Like none of this is wrong, but
It is what it is.
again, just
Ignore
mute,
it.
just mute team chat on that guy. Mute voice chat if you need to for a different player, and like, you know, just again focus on what matters to you, for you being able to carry. Here I'm thinking, yo. Wait, that was the Raze, not the Reyna. Oh,
Yeah, so the Raze
Both
has
of them.
been whining about the Reyna, saying we lost since the half.
so like what I would do is mute both team chats, and then I'd be like, yo, Raze, can you ult us? Because it's still, if you mute both of them, you could just focus on her ult.
Okay.
And if she doesn't listen, then like, again, you're playing kind of like not slow, but we're not taking advantage of mid. And mid on this map is, I think, pretty strong. At least just get kills around and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay. We could win this without Reyna.
Again, I wouldn't bother with the
Out of my
spike.
way.
Yeah, good.
I have the spike.
This guy always pushes top.
Grounded.
Okay.
Guys, cap.
Left side, left side.
We just play very. I can just tell we play very like passive. Especially, how often do you play Reyna? You play Reyna less
I
than
say I
Jet?
play Reyna more than Jett.
Okay. So especially as Reyna, you have 2 dismisses, right? Like I'm considering seeing what I can get away with. Some people call this limit testing. You can walk all the way up cat, walk in, look for a kill, or you just sit in the smoke and wait, see if they walk into the smoke as well.
Okay.
If they're already in the smoke, you as well just kill them and dismiss back. But here, see, all of our teammates are in front of us on the map, and this is not what you want as a duelist.
Okay.
So normally you won't have 3 duelists. Normally you'll have 2. And so if you're back here, this is not ideal. This is like where a sentinel should be. So this is whenever you're transitioning. Now this is what you want to be doing a little more of. Is trying to position a little more forward.
Prepare for hellfire.
Let's go A. Let's go A. There's one mid.
If you hear gun out, they can be wine because you guys haven't been here. Something that you have to consider. More likely they're not because people don't do that in this rank, but something to consider.
Rim, I'm closing door.
Here, so now, do you want to talk about, I know you said, like, you don't know what to do post-plant.
Yeah.
So, do you want to talk about, like, what do you mean by that, or where should we go here?
Yeah, so
What do
I
you normally do?
kind
What
of
are you thinking?
struggle. I kind of struggle with where's the most optimal place for me to sit post plant. Usually, if it's planted here, I'll sit in A main and play towards wine.
Yeah.
And watch the A main push in case somebody comes flank.
Again, this is, like, this is a sentinel thing to do, right? Like,
Uh-huh.
this is something that someone that's playing lineups, or, like, a Killjoy that has things on here, or a Sova that has darts would do. So, although that's not a bad thing to do, in this scenario, since we're even, like, we don't need to do that. You
I see.
can position to trade with your Raze. Let's see where you go here.
Okay.
So like here, I was also thinking as soon as you hit the switch, you can. What I do a lot of times is hit the switch and then walk through the door. Walk into the smoke. This area is very underrated. You probably don't go here very much considering your playstyle, because that is your biggest downfall right now. To generalize it, is you play like a sentinel basically, and
Okay.
I think that's a really important thing to realize, honestly.
Okay.
So we have 10 more minutes. We can go 20 minutes though, just to finish this. So
Okay. Cool.
whenever you close the door, you can walk through the smoke. You can come up into garden, and you can flank heaven. People don't expect this, I promise.
Okay.
And if they do,
When
you
I-
can just take the fight.
When I go up there towards the glass door, should I not break it and wait till I hear sound and then pop it and swing?
Yeah, that's a good play. Sometimes the glass will be broken as well, so you can go there, but also you can go this way, right behind here.
Okay, and hold the CT rotate.
Yeah. People don't expect this. Whenever you're rotating, you probably don't have your gun out looking right here, honestly.
Right. Okay.
And you can, if they're already heaven, you can flank heaven like that. If there's a glass there and you don't want to break it, or I like that, you get close to the glass and then you break it and swing through, just like that.
Okay.
So yeah. But here, let's see where we play.
Train me.
Yeah.
Train me.
We could have positioned, like, it's okay to hold this. We could have walked up toward Jin here, so we have like right behind this, and then kind of, you know,
Force the fight to be closer.
yeah, kind of just play time a little bit as well. Like, I understand that you don't really want them to get into sight, but we have Razel as well, so like maybe play off of her. Ask her Diesel. I know that she's like tilted or whatever, but still assume she wants to win for now. Like here, we also have smokes we can use. We don't need to be out in the open here. Other spots you can sit. I know we said this play. This is a play you can do once, because again, if you do this like every round, they're gonna expect it. You can play in wine sometimes, but I would suggest not doing that very much, especially for you, since I said that your main kind of problem is playing like a sentinel.
Okay.
What a really good spot is just around Jin, of course. This is really good. Hell, try to stay away from Hell for the most part. It's kind of hard to work with.
Okay.
Behind and around Jin, behind these two boxes here. So you can sit back here, crouch, and then uncrouch, and then peek heaven like that, because people don't expect that. And you can also sit directly below this area where my cursor is going back and forth. It's like right down here, below heaven.
Is that kind of like where you're tucked into the wall on B?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can also jump up on the box, but I would suggest just experimenting with that, because people will not expect it. You could sit there. Sometimes they'll even jump down in front of you. And then you have smokes, right? You have smokes, you have dash, you can go Hell, and smoke over toward Jin, dash. But yeah, it's just, again, a matter of experimenting as a duelist. Because if you're used to playing more passive, then this is something that you're going to have to learn, especially on each map. Don't blame me for reporting him. I would say try to convince your Raze to ult somehow.
Okay.
Oops. Because she's been holding it for a while, and that's a free kill for us, and that's a potential free round. Again, we haven't taken control of mid at all on attack, so like you haven't even considered really peeking much. Only time was when we were cat, and you're playing very passive on it. This is good. This is good. This is good. See, look at this. This is what you want to do. You see, this guy has no clue that you're here. He even after hearing updraft, he doesn't expect you to be here.
Right.
He's literally ulting. You'll catch people with their knives out. You'll catch people with abilities out. Especially because your teammates are throwing abilities and ability sounds are happening. He probably didn't even hear the updraft. And so imagine you get like over to here and you just sit in this corner and then you catch like 3 people here. I've done that a lot. This is where you want to be as a duelist. Not always, again, because if you're here all the time, then they're going to expect it and it's going to be harder for you to do stuff. But you could play here, you could play over in this corner, you could play over in the right corner in heaven. But yeah, this is good. I don't know what possessed you to do this. Probably because you're a little frustrated with your team now.
Yeah, I think I was just like, you know what? Fuck it.
A.
Oh, you saw another one. So here, instead of reloading, we could turn and clear this because you know there's a guy here. She could come through. It turns out there's also
okay.
another one. You probably weren't looking at the minimap though. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I wasn't.
I've got down A. One enemy remaining.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't plant?
Here, I would just follow your arena.
I'm 1 HP right now. You can bait me.
I got
Could be
spike.
flank. I would have planted safe behind Jin.
Okay.
Planted.
Because if he's not shown yet, there's a good chance he's flank.
In sight.
Again, I'll try to stick with your arena just because you're low, and you're the last two. There, yeah, that's fine. You could have just easily died there though, and then that's how you lose the
Right.
round. So, and again, I'm expecting him to be flanked just because he hasn't shown yet for a little while.
Okay. In your head, do you have like a rough timer, right? Like thinking
when they're
about
rotating?
that, like yeah.
I don't even I don't even think about it consciously. I just know because like I've flanked from flank so many times. I've rotated through spawn so many times. I know just pretty much not exactly, but almost exactly where the enemies will be. But the problem is you don't know how long they've been running or shift walking, so that's another factor. But especially just rotating them rotating through spawn, I'm pretty aware of. Yeah. So it's something you'll get through habit.
Okay.
Try to speed this up a little bit. So here. This is good. Again, we're playing kind of passive.
Yo, big pick.
That's why I was here.
Good. This is what you want to do, but as soon as the round starts, like you should be doing this as soon as the round starts.
Gotcha.
Even if you're on your own. In a game like this, you need to get the kills. If you die, too bad. You're probably gonna lose anyway, right? But
Right.
this is good. You're clearing this good. I feel like your aim isn't too bad either. We don't have to run. We can walk. You'd be surprised how much you can get away with here.
Yeah, I think I gave away my position with that.
Yeah, you don't need to do that. You could literally walk. I know you wanted to catch the Sovolt quickly, but you could just walk
Yeah.
all the way out. Like this is good. What you're doing is good. This is what we want you to do. This is what a duelist does, not a sentinel. So, especially if they don't have a sentinel, you said Killjoy Cypher. They don't have that. You have to realize that, and then think, what can you do here? You can literally walk out, get into their spawn. There's nobody here. There's maybe one side, but I doubt it. Honestly, they're probably both just sitting here.
Okay.
And they definitely heard that because he's shooting you in the smoke now.
Last player standing.
Yeah, it was good. It's just a little hiccup for what you did. So speeding forward again. Yeah, like as soon as the round starts, I'm hugging the barrier somewhere. It doesn't matter which barrier, but I'm hugging a barrier. You're all the way back here, which tells me your intention is not to push forward. Tells me you're not really considering what fight am I taking right now. And hopefully you pop knives here.
I think at this point I was just molding.
Yeah, that's okay. I'm there all the time. I mold very frequently.
I ran up on
I
her.
have
Drops
this
the
fight.
spike.
Again, that's useless information for you.
Enemy spotted mid. Reloading.
Yeah, I think this was a save round, but our Reyna forced an op for some reason and pushed mid solo.
Hey, free
And
out
so
for
I
you,
was like-
honestly.
Yeah.
I would just like updraft mid. Like we're again spending so much time here. It's been 30 seconds already. Just swing out here, updraft. Understand, whenever you're fighting an updrafting jet, it's really hard to kill them. It's not easy. So
Okay.
we're just chilling. We're still chilling.
Last player standing.
And we're the last alive. By the time we could have already killed like 2 or 3.
Down B.
Your aim's good. Like you have the aim. Literally, you could just be doing this earlier in the round.
I got the spike.
Okay.
They were
That dash,
I
you
just-
could have saved that dash too. That would have been a really valuable dash to have for. They have 2 ops. I would try to smoke. I would smoke like right here and walk into the smoke, try to kill them, because they probably won't expect that. Make sure it's a good smoker though. I wouldn't be peeking this.
They have ops. They're probably holding it.
They probably heard you there as well. He dropped a gun. You could pull your vandal out now and fight him.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
I fat fingered my knives.
You're making a little bit too much noise. It's so winnable. Yeah, like you're good. You're good here. But just do
I
this
think I just
earlier in the
got,
round. If you do this early in the round, then your teammates are here with you.
Right, right.
Like
I think when I'm in situations like this, I tend to not think a whole lot about my decisions. Like
yeah,
right here, I got the fourth, and I was like, I can win this. I can win this. I just need to swing, and not thinking about he's probably holding the angle with an op. You know.
yeah. I think you make a little bit too much noise here as well. Like this is good, but instead of going this way, you right click this. This is fine. I would just chilled right here because
Okay.
the spike's right here for you. You know he has an op, so like what I'd be doing is just chilling and understand he's probably not sticking the spike because he has an op and he didn't drop it. You heard him not drop it. So
Okay.
yeah, skipping forward again. Pretty minor though. Like again, your aim's solid there. No shot. This is flat. Okay. Oh. We have an
I
op.
already did.
Like you know, you just like you're just chilling there. And this is the biggest thing for you. For sure. You even do it on defense a little bit too, but especially on attack.
Okay.
This is good. We're doing it a little sooner in the round now, so I feel like the last round might have given us a little bit of confidence. You're clearing everything.
Spike
It's good.
down
You can just
A.
hold here, honestly. But now we kind of wanna,
Last player standing.
yeah,
GG's.
winnable. Yeah? You're gonna win this round, aren't you?
Yeah.
Remaining.
It's really lucky, to be honest.
Nah. This is just what happens when you have confidence and you literally just understand you have to fight them. It's not even luck, you literally just won.
Oh, we back.
Playing like a duelist. Now we're peeking mid. This is good.
They broke this round.
Get out of my way.
Perfect. This is perfect what you want to peek. We're doing it as soon as the round starts, which is ideal. Perfect. 2A, go B. Good. Generally, peeking there is kind of risky. For
Yeah, it's
it's
good
okay
as
because you have dash
sniper.
actually. Yeah, it's okay because as well as you're down, but this game's winnable.
I have extra money if anyone needs.
I thought about buying the Reyna. I was like, you know what? It's
Why not?
yeah.
Rim, I think.
I'm gonna go through mid.
You can also up A and B main on attack. It's a little harder because mid's longer and it's better for you if they peek, but you know,
Yeah.
again, if you get a kill in mid, even on attack or on defense with an op, it's gonna be harder for you to get kills
I see.
because they're gonna not. Brain is not gonna peek this again. Oh, okay. She kind of did, but she didn't. She didn't actually come down here though.
got your track.
Yeah.
Spike. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Man's putting his team on his back. We're still playing a little slow. Like this is the biggest takeaway for you for this session is just play like a duelist, not like a sentinel.
Gotcha.
And I mean that's a very broad statement, but that bleeds into your gameplay in a lot of ways.
I just need to be comfortable getting
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
I was gonna say right here, there's 3 corners you didn't clear. The one directly under here, the one over here, and then over there. Because
Okay.
you know that this guy flashed, so you know there's one mid somewhere, or was mid anyway.
Last
Right.
player
Gotta respect it.
standing.
You know there's one could be there
Spike
too, because this
down
guy is
mid.
still
Defender.
GG. Okay, so we're over time, but we could talk for a sec if you want.
Sure. Yeah, yeah.
So
make it
I have plenty of notes for you. I think that could be valuable. Do you have any questions?
Let me take a look at the list that I sent to you
Yeah, yeah.
before. Let's see. Okay, so this one isn't really a question for Jet, but for Reina, because I do play her quite a bit. I noticed while watching my own VODs that I tend to use heal and then instantly get traded. Like that's half of my deaths. And
Okay.
so I'm trying to get into my brain like, hey, get one, get out, right? And
Hmm.
play the numbers game. But I don't know, I feel like when I'm left with 30 HP, I and the orb is sitting in front of me, I'm
Yeah.
like, I need the HP.
Yeah.
So
So
I guess how should I make that micro decision in that moment to decide whether or not I need to dismiss out or go for the heal?
so whenever you're pushing with your team together, um, you can generally go for a heal because like you can imagine like a pistol round, someone so you get like an aggressive kill somewhere. The enemy team's
Yeah.
pushed into you, you can definitely heal more because it's unlikely that there's an enemy there to trade them. So like you imagine icebox, you kill someone pushed up whenever you're attacking in mid.
I see.
You can just heal off of that. If you're going into a site, and you're like the first one in, generally you try to just dismiss. It also depends on like how the enemy's playing. But eventually you're gonna get a feel for it. It's definitely true that you can heal too much and in bad situations. But yeah, like understand that dismiss is really the strongest part of Reyna. You're invulnerable. You could take hyper aggressive plays, and I would suggest playing Reyna to get used to playing duelist because you can get away with all sorts of crazy things. Your aim's crazy. All you need to go for is one kill. Get out with a dismiss, and if your team has a Sky or a Sage, then you don't have to worry about the heal. Even you can worry about it even less. But
Right. Okay.
try to get comfortable with the dismiss. As far as like when like a hard and fast rule for when to heal, it's pretty situational. Like it depends on it depends a lot on how the enemy team's playing. It depends where you get the kill at specifically on whatever map you're on.
Okay.
But yeah.
All right, cool.
What else did you have? You can ask a couple more if you want.
Okay. Let me see. So I spent a lot of wasted time holding angles with the op that game. Um, I should just switch it up. So does that mean I should be changing literally every single round to round if I still end up having the op that I should be playing on A, then mid, then watching tiles, then maybe B main? Like it
With
should
the
be a constant rotation.
with the op basically, and if
Yeah.
you're unless you're opping and they don't see you and you don't shoot, then you can keep playing in that spot. Like say you play A main and then they all hard push B main and your team wins, and
Uh-huh.
no one saw you A main, then you can go A main again. But with the op, definitely you want to be doing that. In general, you don't need to always rotate every round, but I would suggest rotating at least like every 2 rounds or so, unless they're literally going the same site every single round and you still can't win. Just keep playing that side, obviously. But
Okay.
with an op, definitely, if you get a kill, if you shoot, if they see you with an op, then move around. It's important. It's an important part of opping.
Okay. And then last question for counter strafing.
Yeah.
Um, I'm I've just been in every time before I play now, I'll spend about 20 minutes in the practice range just going left and right and shooting the bots and making sure my bullets are actually hitting
Straight.
the head.
Yeah.
And then I'll go to 2 DMs and then I'll play.
Yeah.
But when I play in DM, I feel like I pop off. Like I get a lot of first place finishes.
Hmm.
And I think it's because I'm just,
Going
I'm
for
not
kills.
really yeah,
You're
yeah,
not
I'm
scared.
just
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not scared because there's no consequences, right? And
Mhm.
I think that's what's holding me back in actual games.
Yeah. That's what I tell people all the
Um,
time. Like if you're playing deathmatch, you really have to play. You have to take fights like you do in deathmatch. Doesn't mean run around like you do in deathmatch, but position like a
right,
duelist and
right.
take fights like a duelist and with
Okay.
confidence. Is that your question?
Well, my question was in DM, like long range fights. It's basically two people just walking left and right and trying to hit each other in the head, right?
Yeah.
Is that normally how it is? In once I get higher and higher, or do people kind of just? Because I feel like when I play and I get matched with like
People don't
diamond
peek a lot.
threes, yeah, people don't peek a lot, or like the moment I see them, I'm already dead. Like
Yeah.
I don't even have time to counter strafe. So it's like I don't know whether to hold the angle or jiggle or jump peek like that
Yeah.
sort of
So as you
stuff
go
kind
as
of
you go up
change.
higher in rank, people duelists specifically are much more willing to take fights and for example mid Like people will
Uh-huh.
swing mid all the time. Chamber, Jet, Reyna will swing mid just because they have those free get out of jail free cards.
Yeah.
But if you're just getting tapped, like you can keep fighting for like a round or two more. But if you consistently keep losing fights, you're gonna want to play more passive.
Okay.
On attack, you have to play aggressive to some extent because you need to take control of the site. But at least experiment with trying to take aggressive fights. If you're just getting destroyed and you feel like you might be playing as high ranked players, that's okay. You can still learn from them. But if you're just simply outclassed in terms of your aim, then you don't have to keep peeking the same thing. And this also ties into, not peeking the same thing all the time. Swap it up. Try different things. Try different areas. Yeah.
Okay. I think I'll just stick with the main takeaway for the session and kind of just
Yeah, let me know
W
how
and-
it goes. Like if you play a couple of games now, I feel like you might drop like 20 kills, honestly, at least. But tell me how it goes whenever you start playing, because that role alone, like play like a duelist, not like a sentinel. Hopefully that resonates with you, and hopefully it helps you out a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I hopefully once I break into Diamond, I'll do another session with you in like a couple months, and we'll see what I've improved on and what I need to work on next.
Yeah, for sure. Your aim tells me you're getting close to diamond, and that was an older VOD, so yeah. I mean, I imagine you're only still improving.
Yep, getting better every day. That's the goal.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, it was fun. I had a good time.
Okay. Bye bye.
See you later.
Okay, guys, I have another coaching session in 10 minutes, apparently. So pretty good timing. How's everyone in the stream, in Discord? How you guys doing? It might be 30 minutes, actually. I'm not 100%. Great session. Thank you. Good message. You look very handsome today. Thank you. Thank you, noob. Why is KO used more than Sky? Sky gives a lot of info because KO is just very strong currently. Like his ability to shut down like util and the ability to use abilities is very good. So yeah. I'm gonna be reading my DMs right now, guys, so I'm gonna be quiet for just a sec. You guys can see my Discord analytics though, or my YouTube analytics, so see how poor I am as a YouTube content creator. 617 has bank. It's okay. I'm more concerned with my video's performance and how many people that I'm helping. This is like what do they call it? Oh, that's like chip money, you know? I see how the stream's doing. Hopefully you guys like the coaching streams. Do you guys like watching me coach or play more? I'm curious. Excuse me. We don't like watching you. Coaching both for real, coach. Maybe some gameplay, then coaching session, no cap. Okay. Yeah, I think it's a good mix too. I think I've just been streaming a lot, so my viewers are dropping right now. It's fun because you learn way more. Yeah, I like to try to talk whenever I'm playing, but sometimes it's frustrating. Yeah, and sometimes I'm not really in the mood to calm as much or explain as much. Should get normal keyboard though. The blue MX switches won't cut it. Well, you said that you don't like watching me, so why would I listen to you, PC boo? Compared to Senna and Sierra, you post so much content but are underrated. Yeah, I think it's because I post so much content that I'm underrated. Like if I posted higher content, higher quality content, I would probably blow up sooner. Deathmatch stream? I can play some deathmatch while we're waiting. We're waiting. I think we're gonna have to wait another 30 minutes. Should I steer my crosshair or look around it? This is something people have asked me before, but generally you don't really need to look directly at your crosshair. Look at where you want your crosshair to go. I think that's a pretty good rule. Alright, let's play some deathmatch. Let's get our aim continuing on.
Match found.
Yeah, I know most people like my keyboard sound. No worries, I'm keeping it for now until I slam it. But I haven't slammed it in forever. Gonna have to be one game off Radiant to slam it and lose.
Deathmatch. Warm up.
Let's play some comp. Oh crap.
Y'all better keep up.
Alright, let's see.
Fight.
Let's go.
We're at 50k cap. Using a Marshall.
Oh, you ain't coming back. Triple, baby.
God damn, man. No people around me. No people around me. I could get my 6k.
Dominating.
You guys invulnerable.
No, you don't. That's done.
Oh my god, it's Ethan. Ethan, how are you doing? Bop, bop. another day, winning another deathmatch. I'm spraying too much. I'm spraying too much. I'm spraying too much. Stop spraying. Stop spraying. Tap. Spraying. Spraying. What am I doing? This is why I'm low immortal currently. I'm spraying too much. God damn it. I hate getting garbage spawns in deathmatch. This guy. Oh, that's troll.
Triple, baby.
Play deathmatch and then it just feels like you're in a ghost town. Me too. Me too.
Rick Walker's out. Get out of here.
My god. Does League skill transfer to Valorant skill? Yes, the mental aspect does actually, believe it or not. But definitely not the aim aspect. Honestly, Ethan, I know you played CS though. So let's do Oni. Favorite restaurant? I don't know, honestly. I really don't. I have a shorty. Pulling the shorty out. Outskilled.
Kills remaining.
Well, imagine I got the spray transfer there. My flicks are crazy right now. I don't know why.
Target down.
Getting double peeked. Oh, he's getting a 6K off me. No, it's a 4K. Fuck off. This guy's spawned next to me like 8 times.
Kills
Literally 8
remaining.
times. I spawned next to him.
Embarrassing.
This guy spawned into me 3 times. Poor guy.
Dominating.
Game
Give
point,
me
bro.
4K. Give me 4K. Give me ace. Oh, GG. Not even an ace. Sad.
They're done. Who's up next?
Chilling. I'm chilling too, Ethan. I can't play Valorant for a few weeks due to my PC. Any other games? Or I think you already asked me that, Loksha. Kind of already answered your question, didn't I? You can aim train. You can play aim lab, but you don't have. No, I don't know. You can keep your mental strong by watching VODs and whatnot, but other than that, you know, not a whole lot you can do. Because spraying with the
Match
Phantom is accurate.
found.
That's something you probably don't realize. It's pretty accurate even at farther distances. Not always, but a lot of the time it is. This is my mouse. G Pro Super Light. Best mouse I've ever used. I'm gonna keep winning right here. Keep winning death matches.
Death match.
We got
Warm
quite a
up.
while before our session now. Aimlab sucks. No, it doesn't. You cannot get banned for having the glowing crosshair, no.
Where will they go this time?
Yeah, sure. You can kind of shape with Phantom.
Find you.
It's not needed as much because you usually aren't tapping as much with the Phantom.
Breached.
How is he right there behind him?
Put down. Fires out.
My patience is unheard of for deathmatch. Oh my god. Dude, how's the jet still there? I don't understand what he's doing. He's literally tabbed out. He's looking at a YouTube video for 30 seconds there.
Foolish.
Okay, it's Vandal time. This map's a Vandal map.
Poison's gone.
The point of a glowing crosshair. It's distracting. It's pretty. You say the same thing about skins. Why have skins? It's distracting. Why play Valorant? It's distracting. Exactly. You're having a tilting game. You have a pretty crosshair to look at. I knew it, I knew it, I knew it. I knew it. Yeah, it's also easier to see, for sure. My god, I keep getting double peeked! Double peeked!
Buried. One dead. Eagle-eyed.
Please no more double peeking.
Goodbye.
I said please. I said please. I always play with better default skins. I'm not surprised that you would.
Enemy down. 3 out of 5.
Why can't I hit those shots? Double peeked again.
Ouch. Fires out. Breached. 3 out of 5. 4 out of 5.
Oh, damn it, every time I got the ace right there.
Kills remaining.
No hard feelings.
Five kills
Fires
remaining.
out.
If I was just clicking heads, like I would almost have the perfect aim right now. See, I'm clearly not clicking heads always. Oh my god, I hit that guy for 100. You press the opposite key always, and no, it's preference. It's preference. It's full preference. You can just press opposite key, or you can let go. I actually always let go. Not always. I do both. I don't think about it though. You don't have to think about it. You literally just do whatever's comfortable for you.
One kill remaining.
Experiment with both.
One rat left.
One rat left.
I knew your every move.
Why
It was
wouldn't you do
sad
that? It's so
watching you
simple.
Scamper.
Isn't letting go simpler because you have to press less buttons?
Match found.
Would go if I strafe mid fight. Yeah, you could do either. Should I op in deathmatch? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Deathmatch. Warm up.
Definitely not that gun. Bye bye.
These guns we use are okay, but I will also bring my own. No offense.
Fight.
Bonne chance, mes amis.
Yes? Alright. Op it is. Dragon it is.
You lose. Toaster is broken.
It's like classic. Missing with the op. Wow, I'm trash. Missing simple shots even with the op. Being real cringe with the op. Oh no. What? Bro, I'm so close to him. I can't. I hate deathmatch. It actually tilts me so much.
Dominating.
I don't need this gun.
Not your best.
I'm trash. I'm trash at that game.
Next.
I'm not playing, I'm coaching after this. I'm actually done right now. I'm gonna go eat, so BRB, by the way. Yeah, I realized I'm not gonna be able to eat for a while, so I'll be right back.
Yellow. Hello?
Hello. I think we're ready to coach our next student.
Hello?
Oh, hi, Phoenix. I heard you on the stream on my phone.
Oh,
I'm talking to my stream
are you on Twitch?
on YouTube.
Oh, nice, nice.
Let me see if this guy's ready. I heard you on my phone. I was like, wait, what? Where's Phoenix? Yo,
You got it?
what do you say, Phoenix?
I was gonna ask you got free time after.
Probably not, but we can play tomorrow if you want.
That sounds good.
Oh,
Alright, I'm a.
Yo, hello.
So like I said, I have two VODs, one of which is the Chamber OT VOD, the other one is KJ VOD. I'm gonna do the OT one just because I want to figure out what I can do better with Chamber on attack.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah. So how long you say it was?
It's 45 minutes.
Okay, so there's a good chance.
49 minutes. 49 minutes.
There's a very good chance we actually don't make it through the whole vid, whole VOD. Unless
You
I
could-
try to rush, but
Theoretically, you could skip the first half because we only got 3 rounds and we came back from a 9-3.
Okay, or we could start at the second half and then come back to the first half if you want. If you want
Yeah,
to focus
let's do
on attacking. Okay, send me the VOD.
We started off on attack. Second half was defense. I already told you about 2 things that I've already started working on. There are 2 other things I noticed myself. One of them, I've watched some of your videos. You refer to it as lazy aiming, where you're not really aiming at anything.
Soft
You're just
clearing?
kind of soft clearing.
Yeah, stuff like that. Okay.
I'm also working on my movement because I'm a Counter-Strike player at heart. The concept of just letting go of a movement key is foreign to me.
Okay. For counter strafing?
Yeah, for counter strafing.
Okay, you actually don't. You don't have to do that. You can. Yeah. We're gonna say. People said there's like an advantage to doing it that way.
People have said there's no difference.
Yeah, there's no difference. It's really what
Yeah.
you're comfortable. Like I find myself doing both, like letting go and.
Okay.
Yeah. So, remind me your rank in agents again. Sorry.
At the time of this VOD, D1. So plat through to D1. This would have been late into the last act. The last act I played before this was episode 3, act 3.
Okay, and agents, chamber.
Chamber, Reyna, and I'm flexing to Neon because I don't like Jet's kit at all.
Okay, I like the neon pick. It's pretty rare pick for sure. Okay. So anything else before we get started?
So I've already noticed some habits like lazy aiming, and I just want to find what other holes I need to fill essentially. So
Yeah.
whenever you're ready.
Okay. Yep. Can you see? Let me know if it's laggy. Last person that was coaching said it was laggy. I can restart the stream. It's more than likely going to be like that for most of the time, but
Yeah. That if you want to go to the second half is where I kind of started to actually do better because we got steamrolled first half.
we can start second half. And like I said,
Yeah, let's start second half.
more than likely this is actually going to take the whole time up. So
Okay.
unless I speed, but I like to kind of explain what we need to explain. So here
understandable.
we buy 1 alarm bot, you buy 5 bullets. I think that's pretty good.
Yo, if you
Yeah, put the alarm bot middle, and I kind of misplaced my TPs here. I'm actually playing.
You want to one
Never
like right
mind.
here to TP there.
Yeah, so I could help out mid.
Yeah, I think also I get the idea behind the alarm bot, but we could also buy 3 extra shots instead. Because Urena is right here, right? So like, if they're coming, you know from her most likely.
Yeah.
This is good for just trying to slow them down, so you can go ahead and play here. I like the idea of peeking. I think it's ideal as chamber.
I hit Reyna.
We can always cross to the left here to reposition
Yeah.
because she knows exactly where you are. You can also just come back. Repeating
Yeah.
always isn't necessary.
Reyna's
This is
like
good, yeah.
5.
One here.
Like now here,
And then
a trip here would be good.
I actually
Okay, there's 2
moved my trip to the mid of the map in the mid game
That's very good too.
because when I played KJ, it was before they nerfed her alarm bot, so I always ended up I treat it like KJ's old alarm bot where you could put it pretty much anywhere and have it as a free info gathering tool.
Yeah.
And as a turret essentially.
And you do have 2, so as chamber.
Yeah.
So that's also quite nice. But here, first round, you could either put it on Cat since Urine is there, or you could just buy more bullets because you see Duran out here.
Yeah, one's late mid rotate. Late mid rotate.
I'd like to see you hold this angle, like just hold this right here.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're in range of the TP, but we should be.
Yeah, we are in TP range.
Yeah, so you should hold this and then go for like a right click or 2 right clicks and then TP.
Entry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
one's late
you're-
mid rotate.
we're kind of
Oh, I
just giving them
just
just giving them access.
Yeah, and I just
Now there's no TP. No TP here now for you.
yeah.
Late mid rotate.
I have a darting sight. Wait.
Yeah,
Giddy.
it does actually work. Your aim's good.
Wait for me. Oh.
This should not have worked here.
Nice. Good job.
It really shouldn't have.
For you-
There's a reason I was telling them to wait.
Yeah, for you specifically, this shouldn't have worked because you kind of let them all come to site. Especially like I think your TP should be a little farther forward so you get like more range
Yeah.
here. Like you excel at taking a fight throughout, like run through the smoke or just hold an angle before the smoke pops and then TP out, right? That's what
Yeah.
Chamber's really good at. But you guys actually win. Your aim's good here, like I said. Very good. Hoping to see that since you are playing Chamber.
You want to slow towards B, or would you rather have one towards Cat?
I like to see that your text chat's muted actually. I think that's a very valuable
Yeah,
tool.
I have Reyna unmuted in text chat because she didn't talk until OT, or he
Okay.
didn't talk until OT. I put the slow orb deep cat here,
I slowed immediately.
and I have one middle.
Yeah, this is good. This is much better.
No, there's no one.
This is almost ideal
Yeah,
Little
there's no
far
eyes,
placement.
one far back.
I think this is ideal placement actually.
I spot mid here.
I
Oh, and I spot him close.
I think let's go back to the start of the round real quick. So we placed this, it's good.
That works.
I think we could just peek with our sheriff
so-
straight away, like just once, and then we could do what we're doing right now. We go
I
for the
didn't
one
buy
time.
any.
Oh,
didn't
you didn't buy any
any
ammo.
bolts.
Okay. For
Yeah, because I was trying to keep enough in case we lost.
Hit my trap.
TP out.
I TP'd out.
Now, I did make this mistake. I did note. I did put the TP here, and I realized, okay, let's not do that. Let's not have it markets. So I ended up putting a little bit more towards back middle where Brimstone is, so I have
Yeah.
a safer rotation.
yeah,
Because I realized that this was bad.
this is good. Like this is good for if you're trying to help out B. I actually really like this spot. The last person I coached was also on this map. I don't think TPing is actually necessary here.
Okay.
Because they're not really like nothing here tells you that they're going B yet, right? So you kind of if you TP, you're leaving your Reyna alone on A site, and your trip is also down, and you can't TP back for a little bit. Like you're not in immediate danger. If you're in immediate danger, then TP's great, but the TP location, I actually don't mind it because normally when you TP, you want to TP whenever they're coming out B. Or you can have this one where your Brim is for a little bit of just like a get out of jail free card, and you kind of come back to A. But you're right. This is kind of hard for you to get out of now, especially with the Spectre.
Yeah. If I had bullets there, probably would have been a little bit better.
Yeah, you see, like they're still gonna come up cat, and the fact that you TP'd makes them want to come up cat because they heard you TP away. But the TP is really good. I like the you can TP across the map on this area. You can also do on bind. So we're gonna win this, looks like. Yeah. Okay.
That's a good.
So now we put our TP here. That's good. Remember, both these TPs are actually good. It's just different scenarios that you want to kind of use them in.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I realized most of the rounds they were hitting A, or hitting cat, which is why I put them there, because the back mid one means I can help my team retake very, very quickly.
Yeah.
If I wanted to do like an even quicker retake, I could theoretically put it in heaven, but I don't like the concept of if someone decides to go up and break the window or whatever.
Yeah. I actually like the idea of the heaven one because that's true. Like you can get shot from window if they come up. You normally you're gonna have your trip there. Hopefully you're actually alone A this round, but say you're taking an early fight cat, and then you have someone A main. You could just TP after you get a kill or something, and then you're ready to fight from A before they're even in. So it's like you're kind of just committed to A site. But again, you have that variability that you can play around with your TPs. Like you can put them where you want depending on how you think the enemies are gonna push.
Yeah.
So like I think the heaven's good. I would experiment with it. It also seems like we only have played here so far. So another thing, if you want to go like put a TP heaven instead, I would try just peeking A main maybe and TP out after taking a shot or something.
I'd do that later in the game.
Okay. And we can do that also anywhere, but
So
so the TP's out of our range here.
we
have one bullet.
I just wanted to do a mid clear.
Honestly, I would consider like buying, not even buying a Spectre and just buying full sheriff bullets. Like I feel like it's that strong, honestly. Unless you're just not comfortable with it. I think it's kind of just like a Guardian, really.
Yeah.
Like it basically is. You also pull it out really fast. You can shoot almost immediately. So that's something to consider. Like the Spectre, it's good.
I think the Spectre actually was a drop from a teammate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because that's not my skin. That was dropped from a teammate who upgraded.
Up mid, careful. 2, 3.
Hold on.
I'm coming here with you.
This is good. If you're playing alone A though, you could also put a trip like deeper A and then play cat or something.
Yeah.
Cat.
But I don't know if you knew that you're gonna be alone.
Play my shirt.
This wall's not that good though, bro.
So here I want to see you go for a kill on TP because they're not gonna expect it here.
I just do a spam honestly through the smoke.
I got him.
I got a little bit lost in the smoke there as well.
Yeah. So you done this twice. No, I don't like how you let them pass through. Like I don't know. I get that you're smoked off, but you still have your TP radius is an olive tree. So while it might seem a little risky to come through here and like just accept that you're gonna TP out, I think it's probably better than spamming. Another thing you do is just come heaven and go out. You can also try to walk through as they run into sight, but I feel like here we're not doing too much. Like that, the chance of you killing someone is not
Very low.
Yeah, it's pretty low. It's not impossible, but it's kind of low. So
I also realized it was a 5v2 and I didn't really want to.
give them the kills. Yeah, I think you saw him. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I realized that at the last second.
It's okay.
She's closing door.
Okay. Let's see how we use our TPs here. Continuing.
My knees are gonna kill after this.
This should do.
Yeah, nice slow stage. I did 120.
Yeah, so we do the same TPs every round so far.
I do change them up later on in the game.
I double tap that KJ through the wall.
And then I use this to get around so I can place down utility faster at other parts of the map.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't see a lot of chambers in anything.
Ladder diamond do that.
Yeah.
Starting tiles.
I just think it's really good to fight with.
It is.
Yeah. It's something you should do a little more. I think also your aim is good. It seems like you. I know you said you swap run later, but so far we're only playing here. Like even if you want to just commit to the cat area, just this area that I'm circling with my cursor. There's a corner. There's two corners here you can play, and you can set up your TP like right here so that you can just TP out as soon as you shoot. You can also play right here because a lot of people don't clear this corner. And the reason I say that is because we played here a lot and we keep getting smoked off. We're not having a whole lot of impact. So that's something that you're going to want to realize in the game yourself and kind of reposition. You can also position along this wall here and have a TP there because, again, that's something that the enemy is not going to expect a whole lot. Usually they're going to expect you to be in this area that you are in.
Yeah.
So you don't seem super willing to play aggressive yet. Run through this smoke, which I don't blame you, but
I've never been a super aggressive player. But I'm trying to work on that. I realize aggression actually pays off a lot.
It does, because if you're playing Chamber and Reyna, that is really what you want to realize with the TP and the Dismiss. Those are two of the most powerful abilities in the game currently for taking fights.
Yeah. Especially now that Jet's dash is nerfed.
Yeah, and her dash is still pretty much the same. It's just a little different. It's very slightly different.
Yeah.
They have no smoke.
So we're just chilling.
She's not fucking. She's right here.
Can you smoke main?
Yeah, we're kind of just like spending a lot of time here, which isn't necessarily bad, but I think it actually can be. For sure.
Yeah. Well.
A main.
30 seconds left.
Okay.
I hadn't seen anything toward.
Good.
I get to go.
Spike planted.
So now you kind of want to just wait for. I would start breaking that, yeah.
I would dart in 5.
One enemy remaining.
You call where it is. Yeah.
Nice, good round.
So again here,
Nice, A main.
I think it's just one that comes up cat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We could have been like in this corner. He probably wouldn't have cleared us because he doesn't even expect you to be here.
Mm-hmm.
So I doubt he would have cleared anything here. You can see them. You can kill him, and you can also see the people running out main because they're not gonna expect you to be there if their teammates running up from cat.
Yeah.
So that's an example of where a little bit of aggression would pay off, and also you could probably still have the TP like somewhere here, like behind.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm pretty sure it reaches honestly, but
Nice.
yeah. But good job.
One old cat.
Yeah, let's do it.
Are you dedicated to playing A only?
That's too much work. Yeah, it is where I'm like, very, very comfortable. I have trip setups and everything for B as well, for B and middle.
Can you move? I gotta
Something I do make sure to do whenever I play like a sentinel, I have setups for each site.
Yeah.
I have setups for every part of the map. I have stuff that I do so that I can swap around and be dependable, but I do have a main site that I focus on.
Okay, so yeah, so normally as a duelist player, I tell people this is not what you want to do, but since you're playing you're playing a sentinel, this is actually what you want to be doing. One thing I will say is understand when you want to put your alarm bot or your traps in different areas of the map, because like if you're only putting them in the same spots each round, which you aren't, which is good, that's gonna sometimes be bad. So you know you have TP, so you can TP to B, put down a trip, and then put a trip mid, and then TP back to A, and then because like if they're going hard B multiple rounds in a row and your team can't hold it, you can do that to help your team out. Because I understand the idea of just wanting to, you know, anchor a site down as a sentinel, but also don't be afraid to ask like, yo, let me swap sites, because it's really frustrating whenever I understand this game you guys are winning on defense, but whenever you guys are struggling to hold a site down and you're playing the opposite site that's not getting pushed, it's really good as a sentinel to like, yo, someone swap me, let me hold down this site, let me anchor it, because that's what you excel at. You have trips, you have op, you have TP, you have all kinds of stuff that can really slow down the enemies from pushing in. So that's something you want to consider doing, even though it is good to anchor the site. So I just wanted to kind of mention that a little bit.
Okay. That's something I have started doing a little bit more, is actually swapping sites a little bit and asking about it.
Yeah, and if it's actually also especially good if you have an op, like, yo, like just for one round, like, yo, let me op B main because someone swapped me this round. Like, you can still put your trips wherever you put your trips normally, but like just peek B main if you think they're gonna peek B main, peek mid with your op. Op is literally your op is the strongest weapon in the game, even stronger than the normal op because it shoots faster. It's pull at time. It's just better.
It's the CS. I compare it a lot to the CS op. It is literally the exact same as the CS op in terms of scope and speed and shot speed.
And you have TP, so even better for you.
I'm gonna take my slow back. I'm gonna play it. Yeah, but they have KJ. I'll be careful.
A gift.
I hear outside A.
You can hold cat. You see the top of their heads.
Nowhere to run.
Nobody ever.
This Sova just had a random ult and it weirded me out.
Yeah, that's completely fine.
Kind of sus.
Some Sovas just don't know what they're doing. Again, we're playing the same spot, so I just like to see you swap up your position a little bit, because you're anchoring A. So sometimes I feel like I said like maybe you want to play this area a lot. Sometimes you might actually want to play around A, like the actual site, and maybe you want to opt from like here, TP back heaven, opt from heaven, something like that, because you are anchoring down the site. It's like if you're always playing slightly off site, then it's a little harder to hold down the site itself. Even though you do have teammates on site in this scenario, just in other scenarios maybe.
One's mid.
But just always playing here is definitely gonna hold you back. And
yeah,
I'm guessing you probably do that in other maps too. Like you pick your area and you just stick to it.
KJ, yeah. Certain maps I do, certain maps I don't. For example, Split, I play all over the place as chamber.
Okay.
And same with Bind. Fracture, I kind of do a little bit of. I switch it up a lot. You're about to see me bait the Sage here. I don't know if this was a good bait or not, but let's see what happens.
I was gonna ask, do you notice on Split and Bind, do you notice yourself playing a little better?
I notice on Bind the most.
So Split still like,
Split, yes. Here, let me actually go back to my Valorant tracker, because I think my lowest win rate map is 1 second. Oh, All Act. My lowest win rate map is Icebox, because I don't really know how to play Chamber on Icebox yet.
Okay. Chambers are good on that map. I'll tell you that for sure. He's got on every map.
Yeah.
But,
I've worked on him a little bit.
Okay.
He's getting better.
I was just asking that. I was asking if you're best on Bind and Split because you say you play different areas. And that's kind of what I want you to begin doing. Like, start playing. not like I don't know how to explain. Like just kind of vary your position occasionally so that
Yeah.
you're less predictable. I know it can be comfortable to play here because you're used to it, but experimenting is really good. That's a good way of putting like experiment with your position.
45-second cooldown.
Innovate your stage. That's okay.
I also call that the cooldown of the KJ turret. I don't know why. This is the lazy meme I was talking about, where I'm just not holding.
Enemy spotted mid.
Smokes B.
Next.
For you.
That's fine.
Okay.
I feel like we're like moving back and forth a lot though. Like you could just hold this angle.
Yeah, I noticed that. That's bad on my part.
Yeah, it's like if she comes up like right here while you're like it's good to do this, but only after the enemy already sees you, right? Because then it's like you're making your position harder for them to. You're making it harder for them to actually shoot you. But here, I would only do this if you're just like I don't know. Like you can do this sometimes, like mainly if you're gets an op or something, because you don't want to like die. But you're willing to just take the fight and then you have TP.
Next.
Because your aim's good. You have to understand that. Like I could tell you that your aim is good from just seeing a
30
few rounds
seconds
already.
left.
It could be up, so.
Which is also why you want to be moving around different areas because
Tried to arrow me, cat.
you have the aim. You just want to apply it in different ways.
Yeah.
So here
Yeah.
I'm
TP.
TPing.
Lane.
These guys are so slow.
Oh no, I whiffed.
10
On site.
seconds left.
At least I think all on site. Yeah.
Spike planted.
Yeah, they're all on site.
I'm waiting for the Reyna here, because he decided to go for the full big flank. Broke chamber TP.
Yeah, you might glance left corner.
Reyna.
Reyna has it. Yeah.
Backside, I think. And then the Sova dart. Backside.
So here, if you're actually fine if you stay where you are right now, because you can't actually be spammed right here.
Yeah, I should have just stayed right there.
If you come back, then you get spammed through the wall. That's right here. Yeah. So that hurts you. We're also taking a lot of time as a team. It's not just you.
Last player standing.
So from this round, what we can take away from this is that they're pushing really slow. Like they waited till like the last 15 seconds to plant. And honestly, I really hate playing against teams that do that, but you do have to realize it.
I like it mostly because I'm more of a mid to late round player. I like playing in those situations because it's easier to break down where they are.
Nice,
Yeah.
that's good.
That makes
Yeah, that's fair.
really good. They don't have any guns.
So here, whenever you get ult on defense's chamber, I would suggest just considering where else can we play. Like, because I know I already kind of mentioned this, but you could say like, yo, could someone, like you could still trip A and be like, yo, I was playing A, could someone take my spot? I'm gonna op. And you could still have, even have a TP over from here to here and like op from this, and then something like that.
Let me see what I did here because I think I did actually op this round.
I would suggest not buying a gun.
My top mid, I mean, sorry. I buy the gun.
You can buy a gun actually, but
That's a good spot.
I think
It is lagging a tiny
I'm gonna
bit
do
because
something.
now
Yeah, let me restart it.
it's okay.
I'm sorry, it's going to do that, but it's oops.
Yeah, because you're streaming on YouTube and on Discord.
Yeah, and Discord sucks sometimes with streaming. I noticed that.
Yeah.
It's better, a little better.
Yeah, a little bit better.
Okay. So if you're a little on money, you can consider saving because again, you have the sheriff, you have the op, you basically have a full loadout, so you don't need to buy. Especially if you need if you want to buy a teammate, always consider that.
With you peeking tiles with the op, I'll be able to do my little trick.
Yeah, you can peek here.
Watching it.
This is good.
Oh, this is.
Oh,
this is
no,
what
no,
I
no. I'm gonna wall here.
This is fine, but I also want to emphasize you can't op anywhere as chamber because you have TP. You can ask someone to swap you out.
You can jump on top of
They
this.
still have
and peek.
KJ. Be careful with that, by the way.
I like your comms. Your comms are good. Your aim is good.
Let's
Right now, it's primarily your positioning.
You should run.
Okay, good.
That's B.
Broken down.
Okay.
Bomb down.
Pulled out my trip for some reason.
I'll
hold no. I'm also wondering, is it a waste if I only get one pick?
No.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I waste it just because I only get one single kill.
No. Your op, even just the enemy team knowing that you have an op is scary for them most of the time.
It's like when it's like at the end of a round and you hear a Razor go off.
Yeah.
Or
So
Yeah.
yeah, but normally you can get a lot of kills with this ult for sure. And if you only get one, okay, like on average right now, I would suggest playing a little more aggressive with it. Because this gun shoots really fast, and like right now you don't have TP, but yeah. So
I went back
Both
to
B
aim
main,
mid
both B
here to
main.
hold my teammate,
I'll hold spike with
even
you.
though Reyna was holding it.
One enemy remaining.
good.
Nice.
So something I told the last person I was coaching today is they're upping as well as Jet. They get a kill and they keep holding the same angle
Hey, look at
for
the
like literally like 30 seconds after they got the first kill. And so I don't know if you do that, but after you get a kill somewhere with an op, make sure that you leave and try to hold like a different angle. So if you're committed to holding A as a sentinel, you get a kill tiles, then you come back and hold A main or something like that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What I tend to do with an op, this is an old in CS there was an old habit I pretty much had where it was there was a player called Device and
Yeah.
there was other players that did this as well, where pretty much play one really passive angle, get the easy pick, back off, play the next passive angle, get the pick, back off, play the next passive angle, get the pick. That's what I kind of try to do, because with Chamber you can do that extremely quickly.
Yeah, and you have TP to do that as well. I think that's a good strategy. Also consider playing around your trips like that.
Yeah, that is something I try to do. I try to play around the trips like a KJ would play around her turret or her alarm bot.
So, a few angles, like say we get the kill here, a few angles you can hold from. So you can hold from heaven if like, say you put a TP back there. I think you did that last round actually, maybe. And then you have the spots you've been sitting this whole time. You actually have been looking here. You can hop into right here, like into A main. So like watching, not into, but like right as they come out, you can hold on this angle. Cursor's going.
Yeah.
So those are two things. I like this trip as well.
I hear a lot, I'll break the drone for you, Rana.
This is good. Teamwork.
I get spotted here. They don't try to... Yeah, they're out. I got two.
Yeah, this is exactly what I mean. Like you could actually play aggressive like that. That time you actually do get quite lucky with the spray.
Well, for me, the reason I prefer spamming, I know where the entranceway is. I know that if he's gonna go to the switch, he's either gonna cross or he's gonna back up. So for me, the spam honestly is a little bit more of a safer option, because I do like playing the numbers game and playing retake with my team, even though it is harder to coordinate retakes in ranked.
No, I understand that. But I see our TP radius here, and we could slightly come out is all I'm seeing here. But this is good. You can normally, in this situation, it is true, it's easier to spam than over here where you were before, because of the switch. So you kind of, if they hit the switch, you kind of know where they are through the smoke. You have a general idea. And if the smoke's kind of bad, you can walk out and shoot into this corner. But yeah, just running through, if you imagine coming out here, you're not always looking at the smoke here. You're more concerned with people on site. Especially if your Reyna's shooting. As soon as your Reyna starts shooting and making noise, that's your cue to run out and then take a shot and TP. But if we're not even using the TP here at all,
I may want to just move it.
Yeah.
Are they out?
Yeah, they're out.
Yeah, that's pretty good spray though.
I also waited to do that until the drone was gone. I did get greedy here for a third. Left side.
That's okay. I like to see it because you haven't played like that very much. So.
Better for you to do that, Brad.
You have res.
Well, you can hop right on it with me.
The res play this round actually, it ended up just not working too well. You'll see it.
Yeah. So one minor, like very minor thing here is like, yo, Sage, I'll just buy you, because you see, she's very low. Two of us are maxing next round. It's still not late enough into the half to where like, you know, we have enough to buy until the end of the game. So, because it could be like another 7 rounds or so until we get into OT. But yeah, it's just a minor thing.
Yeah.
If I die, you swing right after me.
Do you like the Vandal or Phantom
If I
only?
die, swing right after me.
I do both. Depends on what I'm doing.
Journey up.
So for example, if I'm playing really aggressive, if I'm peeking a lot, if I'm peeking like really aggressive angles, like for example, I'm playing top mid on attack on Ascent, and I'm peeking towards towards bottom mid or
Yeah.
towards cat,
Mhm.
I buy a Vandal each time. If I'm taking more close range gunfights, if I'm helping my team entry, I buy a Phantom because I know I'm gonna need that extra bit of fire rate at the closer ranges.
Yeah.
I tend to switch between the two, and I do practice the recoil for both of them, as well as practice in general with both of them, because I can do, if it could be an eco, I could just pick one of the two up.
Okay. So, again, I feel like our TP. I feel like you just don't really use TP as much as you should. To be honest, I feel like that's something that's definitely you could definitely use to your advantage. I know that you don't, especially since you consider yourself like the anchor to the site, like you're a sentinel. You want to be playing pretty passive. But I feel like just occasionally your TP is still pretty far back here. Like where you put your trip over here, you could put your TP as well. You could peek all the way up from here, right? And you could peek cat. Mainly on rounds where you have like your op, like go for plays like that. They won't expect it. You could hold this for a few seconds, like 5-10 seconds. If they don't peek, walk up cat, peek that. If you miss, you got TP. Here you have you have a. I think you can TP from where you are right now, but you can't really go much farther. I do like to see that you're peeking because you haven't peaked an incredible amount yet. I think like just a round or two, which again is okay because you are a sentinel. You have trips. You wanna be, you know, because if you die, you lose those. But still, the TP is made for that reason.
Okay, I'm coming to help.
You guys go back.
I think
Yeah, lazy aim here, as you say.
You got
yeah.
Because like I know you have a trip, and you're probably like, yeah, there's a trip. We'll see, but they can come
the
out.
trip if they could easily peek me, and the trip won't spot them.
So it's kind of like I know you don't really expect them because of where your crosshair is.
Yeah.
But now you realize like yeah, they could be here. Yeah, so just like different variations of your TP because you put the same ones for a while now, just fine. But the one to market's good. You gotta understand that if they go B. So now they're up cat. Let's see.
They're working mid right
We'll res you as fast as you die. Oh,
I
close.
break the TP. See if I can.
That's
bait
good.
Swing it. I'll swing
They
right
could
after
just
you.
come.
Nice. Might be one more.
So
You always played this angle. I like, you know, come over here maybe. If you're playing over there, that chamber, you probably would have killed them, honestly. You know that little high ground spot to like right over here?
Yeah.
Play up there, get your TP in a spot so that you can use it, and you get a kill. Say that there's like 3 people running up cat, you kill the first one, then you TP out, and then you have a trip like here or here. Like that's another variation of how you could do this. And you have your TP heaven, or you have your TP back here.
okay.
Because you don't have to TP from A to like mid all the time. You can TP from A to A to market. Like it kind of depends on what you want to do, what you expect from the enemies each time.
I TP here to see if I can get a trade.
I TP'd back. Okay.
This is okay.
Because the res play here was really bad.
Yeah, and
They go back cat.
this is a scenario where that TP might not be the best, but I like the idea for you wanting to trade, like if they're running on mid or something.
Underneath.
There was one more thing I noticed. From these sorts of odds, it is lagging again.
Okay, I'll reset it in a sec.
Yeah, sorry. I just make sure I point it out because I know there are other people in here.
No, it's okay. I'm writing down notes here too for us.
Another thing I did notice in this VOD when I watched it myself, I tried a shot call in ranked. I really shouldn't be doing it when I'm playing an agent like Reyna, Neon, or Chamber. I need to focus on my individual gameplay. I also try to criticize people, which doesn't really work out because I have
defensive.
Yeah, people get very defensive even at like constructive criticism. So it also I'm also a very blunt person, which doesn't help at all.
Yeah, so one thing I will say is you actually, I think shot calling on duelists is completely fine. If you feel like you need to focus on your individual play, then, you know, maybe don't shot call as much, but there's no rule that says duelists can't shot call, or maybe you just say that for you as
I do that for me because so I have bipolar disorder. A trigger for my bipolar disorder, even when I'm medicated, is people not listening to me.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to avoid that sort of trigger. So that's why I've started shot calling less and less, and more giving input into the round, like saying, "Hey, they do this. We should try this to counter it instead."
Yeah, that's a good idea for sure.
More of throwing out an idea.
Yeah, throwing out ideas, but also just stating what's facts, like what's happening, right? Like, what have we seen on our monitor? What have we heard? Are they planting A? Like stuff like that. And that's not necessarily shot calling, but that does kind of give your team an idea about what they should do. So feel free to continue doing that as duelist, I think, for sure. Like what you're doing this game is very good.
Yeah. I'm also calling out like cooldowns of abilities and stuff that I know are on cooldown, like KJ turret, stuff like that.
Your comms are pretty solid this game, I would say. So far it's mainly just your positioning and
I could have cleared the KJ first, honestly. Yeah, I don't think the res there was worth
it. So I'm gonna write down.
I mean, shit, they pushed it as I was.
Very positioning.
It was clear. I got the trade and res. It was clear.
So you're gonna notice I am doing the same trip here. Actually, yeah, but I am mopping.
Get up.
Okay, let me see. We tripped both.
I saved the trip.
Okay. Yeah, you could put a trip in mid here still. That actually, you know what? One thing you might realize, because I don't play chamber, so I didn't catch on to this until now. I would have probably caught on much earlier if I actually played chamber. Is you don't really need to trip mid unless they're pushing mid a lot, because especially you have a sage there. You go trip B. Like they haven't gone B much. You might even double trip like side or one A. I don't know, like somewhere else. Because you're always playing here. I like the trip right here. It's good to tell you if they're coming up. But it's just an idea, like, yeah. So you can still trip this though.
Okay.
Because like if you're probably not gonna up this the whole round.
Up tiles. I'll kill cat.
Yeah, I got tiles. KJ gone.
So here's where you get a kill. A couple, like 5 more seconds. If no one peeks you, then I'm probably thinking, okay, I'm gonna reposition. I'm gonna look at a different angle because they know that you're at a high enough rank that these people don't respect the op, right? Like they don't want to peek into it because they know it's gonna get them killed.
Yeah.
So like here at 5 seconds, I'm gonna walk out and peek top cat. They're probably not gonna be top cat. It's smoked off. So you might actually walk all the way out cat here. But that is risky because you don't have the TP with you, sadly. But
well, the TP extends towards top cat a tiny bit, and then it just goes away.
Yeah, so I like what you were considering doing here. Like if you walk all the way up here, this is an angle that's really strong, and they don't expect it at all. Yeah.
Dart.
This is pre-silver nerf as well.
I don't have
Yeah.
They are peeking you.
Now.
20 on Sova. 40 on Oma.
Now I would TP. Okay.
Ruby Hill. I'm down B main.
I go for the other peak here, and it really isn't worth it.
Yeah, you can use your TP much more. Not just this round, but just in general. TP is one of the strongest parts about chamber, other than his op. The sheriff.
Yeah.
I feel like you just don't take. I feel like you use it mainly just as like a tool to rotate instead of using it to fight with, right?
Yeah, it's how I use Neon's dash as well, or not her dash, her sprint.
Oh,
yeah, I use it. I use her movement as more of a rotational tool than an aggression tool, like I should.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, it's not that you need to be aggressive all the time, but it's about finding that nice balance. Like, I can't give you an exact percentage of rounds you should be aggressive versus non-aggressive, but right now you're playing passive almost every round, except for like 2 or 3, which those 2 or 3 you are getting kills, and your aim is good. It's like, you say you excel in rounds where you have to like retake, and where it's like late to mid round. But at that point, you're kind of like forced to take fights. So your aim's good. Go for like just a kill earlier in the round if the opportunity presents itself to you.
Yeah, and the crazy part
consider more about where you're putting this TP, because there's some slight differences in where you put it. Like you peek here. You haven't peeked A once, and you've been playing A this whole time.
I do at some point, I think.
Yeah.
The walls with me.
Yeah.
It's still this whole time we've only been playing this area.
It's great.
That works.
So
That's not
and now we do it. Okay.
I'm gonna go for a.
Like I say it, perfect time.
and
This
not
is good.
hold- yeah, I'm not
Like this is
holding-
what you want
down my
to do.
second TP.
Oh,
Chamber
you don't need it.
done. Yeah, I don't need it.
Kill that
And I
chamber.
realize it.
You gotta
And I
kill
pull
that.
back the other one.
I'm just smoking.
I start hold it. Alright, lazy aim. Lazy aim.
Yeah,
I hate saying it.
Definitely look right there. Yeah.
It's already up.
You know it though. You're smart.
Nice.
Aware of
They
it.
hit me with the dart, bro. I'm pinging you.
Saying
I'm
that's so
sorry.
funny.
Hey, man, one bad. One main, one.
Yeah, TP can go down somewhere here. We can play with it.
Yeah, I think.
I'm gonna join this.
So I pick up the rifle for the retake here.
This is good. We can. I don't know if TP reaches this. We
I
probably
don't-
don't want. We probably don't want to TP at this
Took
point.
me
It's
long.
pretty far.
Yeah.
TP.
Backside.
But if you thought of it, you might like.
Partial.
I don't know. You might put a TP. Like pick up your TP, put one lane or something to have. I
Yeah.
don't know how. I don't like the timer on the ults or on the TP though. So like how long it recharges.
It's a 20-second timer for when you put it down. I think.
Not too bad then.
Dude, the marshal. The marshal annoys the fuck out of me sometimes.
Yeah, it's pretty
He's
unlucky.
backside. He's ulted.
Yeah.
He wins this, or he just goes for the exit.
It's-
Nice shot, bro.
Yeah, exit kills.
I'm not tired.
This is where I go for pick up the op.
This is where I would say, okay, let me op mid, let me op B main. Because you've been opping these two areas the whole time, you have ults. So they're going to expect you here, most likely. Maybe I'm respecting your rank a little too much, but...
if this is the round I think it is, I did something I'm a little bit happy with, honestly, which was some discipline with the shot. Whenever people see,
Bring it to OT.
oh no, I do this peek again. I thought that I did the cat peek.
This is good.
That's a good spot.
We'll see that one later, though.
Yeah, there is a round where I was a
Want
little
to
more
play?
disciplined.
Let's
Their
play.
chamber's probably going to be peeking tiles.
I can never do it.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Traded.
You should run.
Okay, up for that.
I back off, wait
Can
for
we
the
go?
team.
Player lives.
No, don't
Trap
sage.
destroyed.
The sage just runs out, and that just.
Fucking
Dim beacon down.
Chill, I'm coming.
Yeah, wait for.
I have a drone.
Spike planted.
Launching smoke.
One enemy remaining.
Good. Your aim's good. It's just a matter of positioning for you. It really is.
Yeah.
Come on,
It's just
bro.
realizing
something I've noticed
where you could be
myself.
playing. TP is also an important aspect for what you could be doing better. So now, I would even consider going B. Also, your mini map, forgot to say that. Your mini map could be fixed.
Fixed position. Zoomed
Uh,
out.
Yeah, so like if you make it so that players not centered, then you can see the whole map. That's the only downside about keeping players centered is like you can't actually see all of B right now. Which could, it's not like the biggest thing, but I don't know, if you have a really strong preference for keeping this one for some reason, then
No, I don't.
yeah, then definitely swap, keep
'Cause
players centered off.
Yeah, because I actually prefer the more Counter-Strike style minimap where it's a little bit more where it wasn't centered.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue. Do you want the op back right now?
Smokes can block the enemy's line of sight.
Okay, so here, again, we haven't considered going
I
B.
buy her a Vandal.
Thank you.
Alright, last round, boys. We got this. Okay, so this is the round with I was talking about with like the discipline with the
Chamber
shot.
should drop.
Okay. I'm guessing they might like jump peek you or something.
Yes.
And then you're waiting.
That's one of the habits from CS that I was actually glad transferred over. I know when to not fire with the op.
I actually like this strip right here, to be honest.
I place trip. I like
Okay,
placing
guys,
trips
they're
in the
both-
open because if they break it, I still get the info.
I like
Because
this.
if they know,
Yeah, I like this because like it spots them if they come here, so they don't have to walk out. So you take it back and you put it here. So now they can walk out before and they can
Yeah.
like see into the tree.
don't peek anything. I'll get the initial.
But I think that one's better. I was just saying for
Yo, if they
since
come
if you're
B,
alone
Silver,
maybe,
B main, Sage.
because the problem with the one that's out in the open is it doesn't really have a chance to slow them, for the most part. But usually you're gonna have a Reyna that's playing closer maybe.
Yeah, I'm gonna peek at first.
That's a good spot.
I heard one B main.
Coming.
Nothing tiles. I push up.
Okay,
jump
there's like
peek. There's
2
double
or 3
peek.
tiles
There's
and one
two
B
tiles,
main.
yeah.
Don't peek.
KJ is like jump peeking. I'm not peeking this in.
I feel like whenever you get tagged, you're again rely on your TP.
Yeah, because that is something I have realized just from watching this. Because that tag can be used as a bait.
Yeah, I mean the tag it hurts, like it gives your position away, but there's still a second where you're actually not seen, and you still have an op, and you still have TP. So even if they double swing you, there's a good chance you get a kill and you TP out, even if
Yeah,
you're
you're
tagged.
right.
But also here, another
There's
thing
like
I'm thinking is
2 or 3 tiles.
instead of coming back to the right here, go over to the left. Like
Yeah.
their team's ever saying, yo, he's probably opping cat, he's probably opping cat. Like that's the reason they're both spotting like that.
Yeah.
But going over to the left, it might be good because you're still in TP range, and it's a little bit of reposition,
Okay.
and it gives you a little bit of a tighter angle into them.
KJ
Yeah.
is like jump peeking. I'm not peeking this anymore.
I'd peek it. You have TP. I'd peek out of this.
I do something.
Go in,
Yeah.
bro.
I'd peek out of it.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, they don't
That's all you do.
know about you, to be honest with you.
I have bottom mid.
And this is where you want your TP, right? Like TP,
Yeah, this
you're
is
out.
where-
You just gotta think like, okay, am I gonna go for more of an aggressive play this run? And all it is just a matter of putting your TP where your trip is right now, like against that wall. They can't shoot it. They might nade it if you're against a raise or something, but
Yeah.
that'll probably be on accident, to be honest.
I kind of need to like take into account like aggression when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah, you can see you're getting away with this aggression. And this is pretty early into the round, and you mainly do it with the op, but you can do it with any gun and with your sheriff as well. So, so yeah, just understand that like again, your aim is for this for sure.
That's all you do.
You could have also ran back so you got that kill for the TP. You're literally right on the border of the TP.
Yeah. I have bottom mid.
But yeah, you rely on your TP too little for sure. For sure.
No, it wasn't. 'cause
You
I was-
dismiss a lot on Reyna?
I had that.
Yes.
Okay, so
I
like, too much?
dismiss and I play for the info.
Okay.
No,
Okay,
I
good.
don't.
Good. So whenever you're playing Chamber, just think of Chamber's TP as dismiss, pretty much.
Okay.
That's right.
Yeah, because with Reyna's dismiss, how I kind of treat it, if I'm say pushing up B long on bind, I get the pick on. I'm close. I get the pick garden, dismiss, use it to peek the corner to see who's there, and then I can play for info with it.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's something a lot of Reynas don't do. It's something you should do if you're like close enough when you dismiss. But you can do a similar thing with Chamber TP, but really just in the sense that Reyna's dismiss makes you invulnerable. It's just like the same with his TP. So yeah, don't be afraid.
Okay.
Bro, watch out, watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out.
He's talking to his roommate.
Stim beacon here.
So they can cross to the right here, I think.
Yeah.
Unless the stem beacon speeds you up enough.
It does.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess fight.
I hate
I'm droning,
I hate
I'm
the
droning.
fire rating 3 sometimes.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Reyna ult.
I'm calling to let him drone because like on attack a lot they weren't letting him drone in, and that's why I ended up with just getting screwed over so much.
Yeah, so something that would have ruined you guys here. Wait, let's see.
Let him drone. Get this info.
When did you on site?
This drone doesn't clear logs.
Site.
Like
It doesn't.
So if I'm sitting here, tucked in this corner, you don't clear either. You don't realize a drone. No one really looking at
Yeah.
it. I could spray like 3 down, and the round's over.
Yeah, okay, if he's on site,
Yeah.
he has to be back site.
And I think we also. Wait, let's see.
I'm droning.
I want to see if we clear this corner here.
When did you on
No
site?
He does. Looks like.
Yeah, the drone
Just
does.
that one. They gotta watch for that.
Okay, if he's on
To
site.
do this, and I think we ran into a KJ Molly
Yeah,
set up
backside.
here and got fucked.
Backside clear.
No, we
backside
didn't.
clear.
I'm surprised.
Also consider hitting the switch, because that would be a
What's
little useful
planting?
for you.
I'm not planting in any specific spot.
I didn't pull back my TP. I do pull back my TP actually. I think.
Where's your other
Hey.
trip?
For them.
I don't. I placed it. So I placed it by the market door. But I think they just while they were spamming down at the lane, they got a shot.
Okay.
No one breaks the dart. I should have broken it there.
Damn it.
Hid from it instead.
I have a dart in 5. Watch lane.
Reyna, can you hold my lane?
I like the spot as long as we have teammates playing off of
No, it's
us.
not fully walled off. Lane is not fully walled off. I think Reyna was playing this. I tried to spam that.
I
to
would
get women
have.
position.
As soon as you hear your sub shoot the dart, I would get ready to shoot through the wall. Like come
Yeah.
out a little bit, because the angle you're at, you see actually, you can't spam here. I think.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah.
I get confused here because like that wall helps me, but
Yeah, I think your spot was good. What was going through your mind there when you needed them all?
So pause. So the place I come from with Counter-Strike was competitive. I played in ESEA pugs, FACEIT pugs. I also played in leagues and tournaments. Nothing high level, like tier 3, maybe tier 2 at most. Typically at higher level pugs and higher level elos, you lose around, and it's just straight spewed toxicity, especially if it's like an overtime game. It could be a situation where nothing is in your control and there's nothing you can do, and people would still spew it. I understand not everyone is like that, and this is a different game, and it is something I am working on actively, and I've actually gotten better with it because the SVOD was taken towards the start of the act, actually.
I was just curious. So.
Oh, you're
the
good.
start of last act.
Yeah, last act. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. No, I was just curious because sometimes I think actually beating your whole team can be beneficial.
I do it also as a mental reset sometimes.
Yeah, like just hearing your teammates, like passive aggressive teammates, really toxic teammates, doesn't matter if even if they're just talking too much, like sometimes it's just irritating to me.
If they're passive aggressive toxic if they're passive aggressive toxic or like they're being like really trolly and annoying, I immediately mute. I don't tolerate it.
Yeah, me neither.
I just play off my minimap and go.
That's something I don't think enough people do, to be honest. So, but there's definitely such thing as doing it too much, and I'm guilty of that as well. Like, someone says one dumb thing, I mute my whole team. that's me in the past, but you gotta work on that a little bit because teammates it's a team game. Obviously, you do know that.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I think we win this round. I put the TP back here. I'm doing the same thing. Need to have more variation in my setups. I know that. Yeah. Wait, what do I do here? This is the round where I don't buy a gun. It actually pays off in the end somehow.
Oh, you don't buy?
Yeah, I forgot to buy a gun. I forgot to buy sheriff bullets. I forgot to buy everything. That's because I was just
Focus
so
on
set up on my. Yeah.
You're like, oh wait. You're like, wait.
Coming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, varying your ability setup, but also one thing I wrote down is vary your position.
Yeah.
So
I do play a little bit more aggressively here. I think you'll appreciate it.
Let's see it.
Out of charges.
It's a little bit later into the round.
Wait, can we close off mid? Okay, Reyna has B main control. I control.
Yeah, when I realize she has B main control.
You come back.
Yeah.
Kind of tells you they're toward A. Most likely.
Yep. Tiles.
I got the call to their tiles, and I see Sova's droning.
Here-
Because he gets the ping.
Yeah, here I'd be more cautious of A main. You don't have a trip, and they could definitely be here. Your brim's not looking yet, so
Yeah.
you should glance over there. Like you get shot in the side of the head right here. They come explode out A.
Yeah. So this is where I actually decided to play more aggressive because I saw the Sova mark the Omen.
This is a good spot. So when you're playing this, I would try to play an off angle or play the box up top, because this is what they're gonna hard clear when they come here.
I think I do actually play on top of the box. I just get into the corner to get tucked in for safety.
Yeah, sometimes.
I think there's too late. Yeah, 2 of them are gonna be late.
Spike down A.
Cat, they don't expect me to be here.
They might not. Sometimes they won't clear it, and that's why you should play this spot. That's why you should experiment with your position. That's exactly what I mean this whole time.
Generator and
I noticed you like shake your mouse when you spray.
generator and
So when I spray, I'm kind of used to Counter-Strike still, where it's a set spray pattern, so I'm always trying to do that a little bit. I know it's not. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, that makes sense. I was just curious again.
I did type to the Omen there. Forgot to buy. Thank you for the gun.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh, you didn't buy a
I didn't buy again. Yeah, I have chamber bullets here, thankfully.
So was B main.
I bought 4 bullets.
It's funny.
4 bullets for my thing. I was asking teammates if they trust
Try
me
to
with
get
the
it.
rifle. Thank you. Omen just smoked bottom mid. I'm holding cat.
Yeah, I'll just play aggressive. You really got nothing to lose at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
You can't,
That's
you
why
can't
I'm
pick up a
holding.
teammate's
No
gun, but,
shot that fucking stands me, bro.
but this is something you could do on attack always. Hold this. With the TP you have, it's perfect.
Yeah, I like
Big
playing
deep
towards
there.
here, top
Maybe-
mid with chamber TP.
Aware of this smoke too. Whenever someone smokes like this, it tells me they might want to walk out into it. But
Yeah,
they don't, so.
thankfully the brim also smoked it, so it was a little bit.
I'm gonna grab bomb.
You have
Oh,
lazy crosshair placement here again.
Yeah, I do. I should have
Placing-
been holding cat.
Yeah, looking at the wall here doesn't help you.
I'm gonna grab bomb. Go with
Yeah,
I know,
I
I know
should've
you're
either been
thinking
looking-
something else, but yeah.
I overthink a lot mid
go
round
for-
because I'm used to like having to call for other people. I'm used to like pause real fast. Something I realized I do in rank specifically. I'm used to having to micromanage our teammates a little bit because if I realize they're not using their utility, I try to make them use it.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. I think it'd be
Like,
bad. Yeah, go ahead.
For example, if I see a brim, and I see a KJ in the enemy team, I say don't pop that ult unless the KJ pops hers.
Yeah.
Or unless or I give him 2 scenarios where he decides where to pop it. One of them is last 10 seconds they're planting, or KJ ult.
Yeah, I think that's good, but I think it can also be bad because
It is.
1, it can get you upset, angry, frustrated. 2, that's gonna happen if they don't listen, and after you try a couple times and they don't listen, you have to kind of just accept that they're not gonna listen.
Yeah.
So, yes, it can be good if they're open to like criticism and listening and adapting, but if they're just like doing the same wrong play multiple times after you're trying to help them, just accept that and don't let it affect you mentally.
Yeah.
And focus on what else, maybe on a different teammate, or just not even on your teammates. Maybe just focus on what you're doing.
Yeah,
Position.
exactly.
Smoke off, Suddy, and smoke the turret off. No push.
Here, Reyna does have us, which is good. Now I'm looking cat, probably.
Underside.
Yeah, I
Has to
should
be
have
under.
swapped angles because I realized.
Yeah, there's like about 5 seconds there that you could have been shot from somewhere that you weren't
Box,
looking.
double box.
Also,
Yeah, they walk into a setup here.
This is scuffed.
Underside. Maybe it has to be under heaven or something.
Our team does not say that they're going out, which is painful.
Yeah, very painful.
Box, double box.
It could have also.
That happened a lot.
We could have also gone up cat way long ago. Like, our pathing here is honestly a little weird. Also, I've taken a TP back, or maybe both of them, so you can use them later in the round.
Grab bomb.
Here,
Yeah.
we're already up mid. Like, we don't need. I mean, I like the idea of maybe grouping, but also splitting 2 cat 3 a main is pretty good. You'd be
Yeah.
surprised. You don't have a gun as well, so you know. Again, what have you got to lose? Walk up cat here. This play works a lot. Again, you played cat the whole time, and you didn't play this corner except for once. They might play it, clear it, but they probably don't expect you to just walk up like that. If there's a trip, then hopefully Arena's with you or something.
I
But-
think on defense, Chamber did put a trip there, and that's what was my mentality. Because he did
Box,
play
double box.
towards cat.
Yeah,
also,
Whip out the sheriff.
Down A.
get the gun. You have confidence. You have good aim.
Oh, winnable. Still winnable.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say.
Uh,
Yeah, you realize it where you can stand here.
Oh,
You're just like
winnable.
in the middle here. You just
Yeah,
stand like in
that's-
the middle of this. Be safe.
yeah.
Player standing.
I'm starting to get annoyed at myself. I get really annoyed at myself at some points too.
I always get annoyed.
But
when
I
play
also
this game.
get
Oh.
yeah. For me, with the mental and with the annoyance,
Why don't you
the
buy a
brimstone here, I got a little bit toxic towards him towards the end. I did because he was like, "Oh, you talk too much," and I said, "At least I'm doing something."
I would just say, I learned how to respond to those people. It's just like, my bad. I just want us trying to win, or like I just want us to win. So you like, I know it's whenever someone says something like that, it's very easy to like snap back at them.
Yeah.
The only thing that that's going to do is make it harder
Make
for
them
you to win.
angry.
And yeah, even if it's at the end of the game, still it's just gonna hurt your mental for the next game that you play.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
So that's a scenario where you can just mute them and be like, my bad. You just be honest. Like, I'm just trying to win.
Smoke tiles. I tried it with a dart. KJ just naded.
Oh, that doesn't hurt your TP. What?
Yeah, it doesn't hurt the TP or the Molly. Lazy cross replacement. Okay, now I'm.
Down mid.
Again, this TP, we can put it up and we could literally go crazy here. You already did this play and they're still not watching it. So again, understand how this aggression is good and why you should, like, this is only one place you could be aggressive, right? You could be pushing up A main, flanking top cat with a, you know, something like TP somehow, I don't know. You could walk up mid somehow. This chamber, you have a TP linked back somewhere here. This is just one example, and also your TP is not perfect, but this is really good. Your aim is still good. I've said this the whole game. Your aim is one of your strong suits, as well as your comms. Just positioning for you.
Confidence, Brim.
Here, I would be careful. This is very losable. That was so losable.
Yeah, I know. I voted for the draw here just because I was like, I don't really know if I trust my teammates except for my Reyna.
I would have probably tried to group this way with them, just because even if he runs back and goes A, you're at least with your teammates.
Yeah.
Voting for a draw, I would never do it.
Yeah, that's something I try to avoid doing, but
whenever I draw, I just see this as a full waste of time, the whole game that we played, especially after multiple overtime.
I don't know, bro.
That's something I've noticed. Like, people vote for forfeits so frequently in low diamond.
I'll wait.
I always vote no for forfeits.
Always continue. Like,
yeah.
Like, you're that close to getting RR. You're the thing that's you're even doing well this game. Like, I understand if it's just a really horrible time and you just don't want to play anymore, then sure, but it really annoys me because the way that the system works is after a few more, it's like one vote needed to draw. It's so annoying because just one person ends the game, and I hate that mechanic a lot. People in Radiant will play overtime until one team wins definitively. People in Immortal won't, and below won't, so.
You fucker.
Yeah.
Look,
okay.
bro, I'm D3. I'm trying to hit him more.
I bet we win here.
Fucking
struggle, bro.
right now?
Come on, dude. You got 34 kills. You don't think we can win this game?
Yeah, this attack got really botched because we walked into a KJ setup.
Okay.
So,
we actually bought here. Let's go.
Yeah, I should have known about. I should have been predicting that setup because I used to use that setup a lot as KJ.
Do we even say?
The issue, Chamber didn't have a weapon, so he wasn't be able to fight.
I guess we're coordinating this.
Yeah, we did. Slightly.
That's just unlucky, honestly. But now next time, hopefully we don't do that.
Yeah, I used to be a KJ main, so I probably should have just predicted that a little bit.
I guess.
I like this call a lot. I don't know why Reyna is starting up here anyway. Like, as Reyna. Even though she has that many kills, I would be playing hyper aggressive as Reyna.
I would be like, this is where I kind of bait them. Them get pinged.
This is what you should be doing literally at the start of every
round.
Like, not every round, but like I would say 75-80% of rounds you want to start like this. And you don't want to be doing it the same area every round, but it's not until overtime that you start doing this.
Yeah.
Did she get the dismiss off of that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, she did.
Assist. Dang, that's kind of OP.
Place a trip there for late, just in case. Did I die from cat here? I think I do.
This is an example where you could put your trip deeper, but you didn't start there, so never mind. You could have. Gun out. Expecting cat here, because you have to understand your trip is not,
Yeah.
Not deep.
I need to put trips deeper for spotting.
Well, this is fine because you started to peek A main, so that's fine.
3, 4, they're leaving.
Yeah, we definitely have numbers. And Chambers
I'm
have
out of
health.
TP range.
They're going mid.
That's the first time your aim has failed you, to be honest, I think.
Yeah.
Going mid?
Going mid, Brim.
If we think about this though as well, we don't.
Yeah, we definitely have numbers.
We don't really need to be here.
Yeah, because we have numbers.
I know I've been saying play aggressive, but normally that's when you have your TP with you. Otherwise, this should be a free kill. Like, you get the first shot on him. He just hits a nice flick on you.
Yeah.
But they're going from A. You should expect them to come top cat, around top cat.
Going up cat.
Yeah.
Going up cat.
But yeah, Good kills. Otherwise, yeah. You live there and just kind of play time, see where they're going.
Spike planted. You should run.
Yeah, this is the round we lost.
Enemy spotted B.
Yeah, our brimstone had some problems. Oof.
You want to play?
Yeah. Okay, you cut it out.
Last player.
That's okay. I think.
It cuts off at the very end because that's how Insight works. That's the VOD software I use.
Oh, okay. Like as soon as the game ends.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I have some notes for you.
Mind sending them to me on Discord?
Yeah, I kind of wrote down the same thing multiple times, but that's actually because it's the most important thing for you to focus on, which is like swap up your position, swap up utility spots, mainly TP spots, but also maybe trip spots as well. So yeah, do you have any questions over anything or about the notes I just sent you? The ones with stars are the most important. It's a lot of kind of just the same thing.
TP more in different ways. Alternate TP positions, vary positioning abilities and spots. Experiments with different spots. Keep player center off. Yeah, no, those are fine. I'll be sure to write those down and I'll be sure to use them in my games. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, is that a Razer Huntsman Mini?
What the
keyboard? I'm sorry.
No, it's a G Pro keyboard. Yeah.
Ah, okay. Sorry, I saw the keys and I was like, wait,
yeah,
what?
I learned my lesson with Razer a long time ago, and
I bought their Huntsman Mini. It's 60%. It's actually pretty nice.
I love 60% actually. But
yeah,
they're mice. I bought 2 of the Death Adders and they just broke. Like they break so fast. So I saw.
Yeah.
But
60%ers are so useful because I play on a really low sense.
Yeah, I had 60% Duckeeh 1-2 mini. You heard of that one?
Yes, I have.
Really like that one a lot.
But anyways, thank you for the information. I'll be sure to apply these in my games.
Yeah, you're close to ranking up for sure. Like your aim's good. It's just a matter of learning positioning. And
yeah,
that's one map, but you also have to think every map is different, and like you have to think yourself because obviously I can't give you that for every map. But now you have like the general guideline for.
I'm surprised you didn't say play more aggressively. On there.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I was like trying to multitask and.
Oh, you're good.
That is definitely another thing though. Playing more aggressive. That ties in kind of with your positioning, but yeah, it's again it's a matter of finding a balance between aggression and passivity because too much of either is bad, but finding a balance is really where you want to be.
Yeah.
Especially with that TP. That's what we're mainly talking about.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Just DM me. Let me know if you rank up. Let me know how you do your next games.
Will do.
Yeah. Good luck. I'll see you.
Good luck.
Bye-bye. Alright guys, thank you for watching very much. I think I'm gonna end the stream. And yeah, I have a whatchamacallit, fade guide tomorrow, uploaded tomorrow morning. So you guys keep an eye for that. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.